Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Onetre Rock. You already know what time it is. It's the One Trey Fighter Weekly Pick'em. Well, we pick our games. We pick. I mean, who we think gonna win for the week. I mean, and we get into a little bit of Eagle stuff. And we got a special guest tonight. Like, we got my guy Coach Donte in here, man. I'm gonna let Fighter go ahead. Let him tell y'all tell y'all where he can find y'all, where y'all can find him at.
As you guys probably already know, I am Jordy Fighter. You can find me at that name. And, well, I may not go for the quota of 40-point games on there. I'm still sharing depression in the games we play. But still working on merch for that, though.
And go ahead and tell them where they can find you at, Coach Donte.
I mean, y'all can find me at Coach Donte 31 on Twitter, Dante 31 on Instagram, and Coach Donte on Twitter. I mean, on YouTube, and also Coach Donte at the Spotlight Sports Network. Man, y'all can find me up out there as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's just hop right into it, man. The Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, we had a good game last week, but give me your thoughts on this game and how y'all feel we could take that from last week and apply it to this game. Like, how do we beat the LA Chargers? Go ahead, Jordy.
All right,
So,
go ahead, Jordy.
we got to run the ball. I mean, we learned it last week from Jordan Howard and Boston Scott, who weren't even supposed to be the number one backs, who I left on my bench in fantasy football, by the way, every time, every league. But this team's got to run the ball. It's opening up the passing game, even when Hurts has his moments, and whether that be good or bad, it's still opening up the playbook, and it helps out Sirianni as a play caller, especially since he is a first-year play caller. And it at least gets the defense off the field, well, even if it's for a couple more seconds, because that's something we've had a problem with, is keeping the defense off the field. And it helps with that. That's going to be something that really needs to carry over. That and just not letting your linebackers do anything, because this linebacking core sucks. It sucks to say it, but they do. There's a reason Eric Wilson was waived, and he's now on the Texans. I can guarantee you they tried to trade him, and nobody really fished for him, because why else would they cut him right now? But we just need to fix the things that needed to be fixed earlier in the season, and we did that against Detroit, and we need to continue to do that against Chargers.
Go ahead, Coach.
You just had to bring up Eric Wilson on the Texans. When Key told me that, I just couldn't believe it. But I mean, um, just like Jordan said, they're the 32nd ranked defense. We have to run the football. We have to escort the run. Jalen Hurts proved that he can't beat people with his arm. So why not run the football just to make it a little more easier for us against like we did against the Detroit Lions. Jordan Howard basically, I think right now he needs to stay up right now. Everybody forgot who this guy was again when he was at Chicago. This guy was a multiple time pro baller. Every time Boston Scott gets an opportunity, he does a very good job. But the problem is he don't get no opportunity. Two, he don't get no chances. I think he needs an opportunity. But when Miles Sanders come back, I want to know who's going to step down, who's going to have to take a step back. Somebody's going to have to take a step back again when he comes back. So, again, running the football opens up that screen game in that play action game. Their defensive line doesn't do a good job of getting to the quarterback. They're the 32nd ranked defense in the National Football League. You have to come out and escorting that run game and neutralizing that run game, testing that defense out. And but again, what if the Chargers come out and start stopping us in the running game? What does Nick Sirianni do? Does he keep it going, or does he go back to his old ways and try to rely on Jalen Hurts? That's going to be interesting to watch when there are stopping the run. When there are stopping the run, what kind of adjustments Nick Sirianni makes?
I feel the same way. We can say We can say the Chargers are the 32nd ranked defense and the run defense. We can say run the football. We can say all of this stuff, but they got to actually be willing to do it. I heard
That's
Nick
what I'm.
Sirianni's
Yeah.
interview earlier this week, and it doesn't sound like to me he's committed to that game plan that we did last week. Um, he brushed it off. He poo pooed all of it. We ran the football because we were up. All this other, but the Chargers, they bring a different kind of offense here. They can play ball
Yep.
control offense. They can run the
Yep.
football, and they can be explosive. So what happens when you go down a touchdown? You go down
Yep.
even 3 points. Do you convert
Yep.
back to your old self? Throwing the football time after time after time,
Yep.
or do you just be patient and stick with the game plan? We don't
Yep.
know. We've never seen Nick Sirianni in this predicament. Yet. So, if he got smart people around him and he's a smart coach, he would stick to that game plan. Not
Yep.
as run dominant as it was last week, but at least balance it out. I mean, balance it out. Don't make Jalen Hurts make so many big decisions. Don't try to force him to be Superman. Rely on your run game. Get the ball in your playmakers' hands. We got to see. This is a big test for Nick
Yep.
Sirianni this week because coming off a game where you just completely dominated another NFL team, you come in with a lot of confidence, and that's not hope. Let's hope that his confidence doesn't turn into arrogance or ignorance. Hopefully he could just build off of what he did last week. But
Yep. Definitely. Go ahead, my bad.
go ahead, coach. What you
Oh yeah,
say?
like I said, I definitely agree with you on that. That's why I brought it up. What happens if they start stopping the run game? And like you said, if we're down a touchdown, if we're down 14 points, do you stay committed or do you try to trust Jalen Hurts to beat to win it, try to come back and win it with his arm? I don't think it will work like that. I think you always pretty much have to stay committed, even if you down 14 points. You still got a lot of game left to wear that defensive line down, wear that defense down, where you can get Jalen Hurts some easy throws, where you can get the screen game going, the play action going, where you can, like I say, get Dallas Goddard going. So everything starts by the run game. That's how you can get guys going. But other than that, that's my concern going into this week. He ran the ball against the Detroit Lions because he was firmly committed, even though I don't think he wants to be committed to the run game. But what if he come out different, start throwing again? Jalen Hurts, to me, his limit should be at least 20, dropping back 20 times a game. His limit should be 20 times. I don't think we'll beat anybody throwing 30 times a game, 39, 40. I don't think we'll beat anybody. So my limit for Jalen Hurts pretty much should be 20 or 15 passes. And we're just rely on that run game, man. Make it easier for this guy.
I agree, man. Let's hop right into this pick'em then, man. Let's hop right into this pick'em. There's a game going on right now. The New York Jets versus the Indianapolis Colts. The score is 10-28 Indianapolis. How do you see the rest of this game playing out? Who wins and why? Go ahead, Jerry.
That's easy. It's Indy. They ran away with this game, even though the legend of Mike White is playing right now. I'm hoping for big things from him after this game, but their defense couldn't stop anything. I mean, they couldn't stop a breeze. It's they can't do anything. There's a reason I haven't trusted the Jets defense in years, because ever since 2016, they've never been able to stop anybody. That has continued year after year after year. Same
Yes.
thing. And now you look at their offense isn't moving the ball like they did last week. Oh, well, that's game over already. And the Wentz and Pittman connection is getting better and better, which is unexpected, but welcomed for now as long as it keeps Wentz playing. And, well, we'll see how many points this Colts offense can rack up. And let's hope Wentz plays as many snaps as possible, because I want another first round pick. I don't care if it's a late first. As long as I know that we get Kyle Hamilton and Aiden Hutchinson, I will be happy.
Go ahead, coach.
Yep. It's obvious the Colts winning this game. And also, They doing something that we actually don't do. They got the best running game in all of football. Jonathan Taylor and Naheem Hines. That takes pressure off Carson Wentz. Then you open it up for Michael Pittman and those guys to make plays. And like I said again, right now, as long as it keeps Carson Wentz playing like Jordan said, get that first round pick, that mid to late first round pick, we'll be fine. But like I say, hey, Jonathan Taylor and Naheem Hines, that offensive line that they got is improved. That defense pretty respectable with Darius Leonard and those guys, man. That pass rush, I believe they got DeForest Buckner over there as well. Oh my goodness, man! But them running the football is key. That Jonathan Taylor is good, man. That dude is a beast. That dude is a fucking beast, man. That dude is really really good. So that's how you really balance your offense out and take pressure off guys like Carson Wentz and stuff like that. When you're running that football down guys' throat, controlling time of possession, keeping that opposing team offenses off the field. That's how you rattle teams. That's how you get the teams. That's how you wear down. It's just like in boxing when you give a guy a body shot. When you keep going to the body eventually they're gonna break down. They're gonna start breaking down and wearing down. That's how what the Colts do with that running game. They're wearing teams down. They're breaking the opponent's defensive line down, and they're getting them tired. And that's how Carson Wentz is able to relax, not throw so many mistakes, and rely on the running game. And that's what they're doing tonight. And I feel so sorry for the New York Jets. Whatever quarterback goes there, it just seems like no matter how good you are, you may basically will not be successful no matter if you go there or not. If you're Zach Wilson or the quarterback that probably come out next year if they do the so the one you are not. That's kind of like the Cleveland Browns. They're kind of like the Cleveland Browns of old. Quarterbacks just don't succeed in New York. So I mean, this game is going everywhere where everybody expected. There's nothing new about this game.
Yeah, I felt the same way from the beginning. I knew the coach was going they was gonna handle this game like they were supposed to. They hopped on them so quick the Jets couldn't
Yep.
really do too much. But
Yep.
I mean the Colts are a solid team. They had a little
Yep.
debacle last week, mainly Wentz fault. I mean, he played bad down the
Mm-hmm.
stretch. They should have won that Titans game. Um,
Yep.
I really didn't expect the Colts to have the record they have right now. I thought they were going to be a little bit better, but I mean they
Mm-hmm.
coming along. Like you said, they running the football. They one of the most dominant run teams in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not they letting Wentz do his thing, but they're not really relying heavily on him. So I mean the Colts going to be a dangerous team going down the stretch, man. They defense, Darius Leonard and DeForest Buckner, all those guys, Rocky Sin,
Mm-hmm.
they flying around making plays. So this game right here, when you get the Jets on your schedule,
Yep.
this game is a confidence builder. These one of those games
Mm-hmm.
where you just start trying stuff to see if it works. So
Yep.
I mean, who knows how outlandish the score might be, but I feel like this game is more like a just trying to get stuff out there, just the gameplay
Yep.
for other teams. So I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Indianapolis 30-37, Jets 17.
Yeah, I had it 30-14. I had it 30. I believe I had it 30-14. One up in there. I had it somewhere in that range right now. It looks like it's got a chance to be more than that, really. Actually, way this game going.
Go ahead, Jody.
I had about 38-17.
38-17. I bet.
Okay.
Atlanta travels to New Orleans to play those Saints. Who you got, Jody? Who you got and why?
That's tough, but I'm gonna. As much as I want to say Atlanta, I'm gonna have to say New Orleans. Yes, they're down Winston. Michael Thomas is out for the year still. Who else am I missing? Somebody else went down. There's another key injury there that I'm
Mm,
missing, but Deontay Harris isn't where he was expected to be at this point in the season. So their only huge threat is Alvin Kamara right now. And Taysom Hill's probably going to be throwing the ball, which is a scary thought because he'll probably have more picks than attempts somehow. Because that's what you get when you throw the ball with a gadget player. But
mm-hmm.
I'm hoping not to see Book this week as much as I want to see him because it's not the right offense, it's not the right time, it's not the right place. I don't want another Jimmy Clausen. I really don't want another Jimmy Clausen, especially with Ian Book. I will drive down to New Orleans myself if I have to make sure that doesn't happen. It better not happen. This is going to be a defensive battle, and Atlanta's got the worst defense easily. Pitts, he's resurging, or he's having a ascension from garbage first couple weeks. Gage is having a good couple weeks. He broke out a couple weeks ago, like 2 or 3. There's another guy I'm forgetting. I just picked him up on my fantasy team. He's Sharp. He's another receiver who's doing very well with Atlanta. And
Tajay Sharp.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. But it's all about shutting down the receivers, and I think New Orleans has got the better secondary for that.
Yep.
Go ahead, Tech.
Oh man, I want to go upset so bad right here because of Trevor Siemian, Michael Thomas. I think Michael Thomas, to be honest, I think he's done in New Orleans. I don't think he wants to play for New Orleans. I think he's ready to move on. All of a sudden, you wait to the beginning of the year just to have the surgery, and like I said again, I just think Michael Thomas is done with New Orleans. I don't think he wants to be there. I don't see no motivation of trying to get back to New Orleans. I think he's done. So look for something in the offseason to shape up about this guy. I think he's been done since last year with New Orleans. So I want to go upset so bad, but again, like Jordy said, New Orleans got that great secondary in Marshawn Lattimore and PJ Williams, Marcus Williams, Bradley Roby. They added him. They got the secondary to shut that receiving core down. That's why I'm so reliant. That's why I'm gonna go New Orleans, even though they got Trevor Siemian. I don't like Trevor Siemian. I don't trust in him, but I gotta go with New Orleans because of that secondary. That secondary that can counter that receiving core. Then you got Alvin Kamara and you got Mark Ingram, who's happy to be back in New Orleans as well. You got Karen Jordan on the line. Davenport is very good. I just gotta take New Orleans. I can't take Atlanta. I just can't do it. As much as I want to take them, they do got the receivers. They do got Mike Davis who can run the ball pretty good. Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts is coming into his own, but I trust New Orleans secondary way more than I trust in this offense to get off, and I don't trust Atlanta's defense at all.
I gotta take New Orleans in this one too. I don't feel like Atlanta is gonna be able to fluster up enough offense to compete.
Yeah.
The Saints defense is really impressive right now. They're flying around, man. Them boys on some real, they got the kind of defense right now that if you could get a quarterback in there that can fluster up some offense, they can hold teams under 17 points. So, I mean, especially a team like Atlanta where they're missing their number one receiver, Ridley is out. They're relying on dudes that Matt Ryan really haven't played with too often. So I feel like they could do enough stuff to frustrate the offensive coordinator and Matt Ryan. I feel like Atlanta wins this. I mean, New Orleans wins this one 27 to 17.
I got go ahead, Jordan. My bad. Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to go New Orleans 31 to 17.
I got New Orleans. I'm gonna go New Orleans 7. I'm gonna go with New Orleans 27-23. New Orleans.
I bet we all kind of in the same range. The Denver Broncos traveled to Dallas. They traveled to Dallas to play the Dallas Cowboys. Who you got winning this one, Jordy, and why?
I sadly have to take Dallas because Denver, as good as they were at some points during the season, I'm 90% sure this is at Jury World, and even if it's not, Dallas is a good team, as much as I hate to say it, and I will never say
Dallas,
it again.
Jordy?
And they're playing the Broncos, so at this point, Even if Dak Prescott's not 100%, I don't think he necessarily is, even if he says he is. He's still throwing to a decent amount of receivers that can hurt you. Denver doesn't have the guys to cover them, especially Ronald Darby, who makes himself look like a fish out of water on a double move. But at the end of the day, all you got to do is attack Ronald Darby, and that's easy. Double move, double move, double move. That's it. They killed him in Philly. It killed him before Philly, and it kills him after Philly. And why teams haven't attacked that, I have no idea. But it works. So there's that, and then their defense. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater's been good, but he's also throwing to nobody. Hamler's been doing okay. Judy's out. And then
Judy back.
Wait, he's back?
Yeah.
Okay. It'll take him a while to recover. And then
Y'all can hear me?
Can hear you now,
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we got you.
Your mic had a second, but you're good now.
I should just tell them I'm live. Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we got you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hold on.
All right, I guess. Well, he
Yeah.
takes a second. Do you want to carry on? Do you want to tell your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I carry on. I carry on till you get back. Yeah, again, man, like I say, I'm not trusting Denver's offense. Teddy Bridgewater is a game manager. I believe, even though Jerry Judy is back, I believe Traquan Diggs can counter him and pretty much take him out of the game. Pretty much. So the Broncos D secondary, their defensive line may be good, and their secondary may be okay besides Ronald Darby. But again, I just think it's too much offensive firepower for Dallas. They're gonna run the football with Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. It's gonna be a matter of time for that defensive line for Denver starts to wear down, and Dak Prescott don't need he just really don't need he's not 100% like Doherty said, but again, that offensive line is going to give him some time. CeeDee Lamb is going to get a lot of opportunities. Amari Cooper has been playing out his mind. Dalton Schultz, and Jarwin are two decent tight ends, and it's just not going to be enough offense for Denver. I don't believe that they're going to compete with Dallas on the offensive side of the football. So I'm taking Dallas. I'm taking Dallas 31. I'm taking Dallas 31-20. I'm taking Dallas 31-20 in this game.
I'm gonna say this. Denver is kind of a sneaky team. Teddy Bridgewater, he gives you those games where he looks just like damn, why they got this dude out here? And then he gives you those games. Then he gives you those games where he goes 27 for 25, 325 yards, 3-4 touchdowns. Teddy Bridgewater is like one of the biggest mysteries to me, man. You never know which one you're gonna get. And like you said, you don't want to test Trayvon Diggs too often. And I feel like he's gonna be locked up against Cortland Sutton for most of the game.
Yep.
So now you gotta pick on those other cornerbacks. You have a Jerry Judy. I think KJ Hamler is back. I think Hamilton's back. So, I mean, they got enough weapons on offense. It's like they got Melvin Gordon and Williams. They got enough weapons on offense to compete with Dallas. It's just how you want this game to go. Because you don't want to get into a shootout with the Cowboys. I mean, so now you got to play ball. You got to keep that offense off the field. So you're going to have to run the football. Dallas is not that good in the run game. So you're going to have to run the football. Yeah. Give it to Melvin Gordon. Give it to Williams. Keep picking up first downs. I mean, keep your defense off the field. And I don't even know if Dak Prescott playing this week. They say he playing or not.
I have Jordy. They said Dak Prescott playing or not. You know if he's going or not.
I have no idea. I know that he said he's 100%, but I don't believe it.
I mean, so he might not play this week. So, I mean, the Cowboys, man, they really like hit their peak right now, and I don't feel like it matter what quarterback they have in there because they so explosive and they got so many weapons on offense.
Yeah,
They're gonna be a tough outlet for anybody they play. And
yeah,
Denver losing Von Miller, that's gonna be a hurt piece for this year.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go Dallas. I'm gonna have to go Dallas 41. Yeah. Well, rap, Gio. People don't understand. When Cortland Sutton is healthy and he has somebody actually throwing him the football, he's one of the top wide receivers in
Yep.
this league. He's a top 10 wide receiver in this league.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's gonna have to start playing like it. The coach is gonna have to scheme up some
Yep.
plays to get the ball in his hands because he's explosive. He's a big dude. He can win those 50-50 balls. He can catch a short pass and take it to the crib. He's really an X
Yep.
factor on that offense. Like Judy is the route runner. Cortland Sutton is the
Yep.
possession receiver plus. So,
Yep. I
what's up,
mean,
Vic? My
again,
guy.
Yeah, my
what
guy
up,
was
Vic?
good.
What up, man?
What
What's
up,
good,
Vic?
Vic?
What
What's
up?
up?
Yeah, Cortland Sutton is a possession receiver, but he's a possession receiver plus he gives you everything. He gives you that 50-50 ball. You could throw it up in his vicinity, he'll go up and get it. So I feel like it's going to be not a good game, but I feel like it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. So I'm gonna say Dallas. I'm going to go Dallas 41. I'm gonna go Denver like 28-ish in the 30th range.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jody.
I'm going to have to go Dallas 31, Denver 10.
Grant, what's up, bro? Oh, we got a man here tonight. We got Gio.
Yeah.
AK was good. We got
Uh-oh,
Hey,
AK
my
AK.
brother's
in. We
right
got
there.
Richie. Miss Bird ain't stopped in. I mean, this is a good night. But yeah, matter of fact, since Vic just got in here, man, let us know how you feel about this Dallas game. Dallas versus Denver in Jerry World. Who you got winning and why?
It's hard for me to say it, man. But I got Dallas coming out, with it big. This Dak's coming back. You know what I mean? He said it. He's 100% a lot to return this week. Denver is, losing a big part of their defense at Von Miller. They've been having offensive struggles this whole season. They don't know where they're going with the running back. Jerry Judy's back, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I got Dallas winning this and winning this big. Like I said, I'm going to say 41 to like 10.
Sheesh.
It's going to be like what we're watching right now with this game with the Colts and Jets.
Sheesh.
It's going to be
Go
rough.
ahead, Jody.
I mean, go ahead, Jordy.
What, on score prediction?
Yeah.
I already gave mine, 31 to 10.
Oh yeah, everybody gave theirs. What's your score prediction, Vic?
41-10.
All right. So we moving on. My fault, y'all.
Yeah, you good.
All right, Patriots at Carolina. Who you got and why, Jody?
That's tough, but I'm gonna have to say Patriots because both these teams are a mixed bag. Patriots was a team built from the ground up last year in the offseason, mostly with vets. So that's a team that really, I was saying coming into the season, you really just got to build the chemistry, and that's somewhat working. Mac Jones is doing okay. I'm not going to praise him too much. And then on the other side, you've got Carolina, who is being led by none other than Sam Darnold, or as I like to call him, the next Geno Smith. And when it comes to this game, it's who can be less trash. And at the end of the day, Sam Darnold's throwing to one or two weapons in Dan Arnold and Robbie Anderson, who's kind of underperforming so far. And CMC, there's rumors about him coming back in the near future. Great. But it'll
Can't
take
forget
time.
about DJ Moore.
And DJ Moore. But it'll take time for CMC to get settled in if he were to come back. I don't know if he will be back for this week. So if he isn't, it's probably going to be the Chuba Hubbard show again. And both defenses are okay. All in all, it's just who sucks less. And right now, I only see the Patriots as a slight edge to win this game to suck less, but both of them suck. So it's very hard to pick.
Yeah, Grant, I'm gonna be streaming it live this weekend from the network, the Bird Game Sports Network. So just, I mean, if you can't catch it on your TV or nothing, I'm gonna be streaming it live. Just pull up to the network. You see him, Grant? He got his Christmas tree up. Ain't even Thanksgiving yet, man.
Yeah,
Coach Donte
man.
ready.
Hey,
Yeah.
my wife asked me the same thing. She's trying to get me to put Christmas things up already.
Hey, I got a tree up too. I've had a tree up all year round.
Oh man,
Yep.
y'all acting
Now
bad tonight.
I made a deal with her. I was like, I won't get a tree until after Thanksgiving, like Black Friday. It's a go for
Yeah,
me.
that's when you
Yep.
usually put it up around like right after Black Friday. Y'all
Yeah.
ready? Y'all ready for the year
Yep.
to be over? Huh?
Yep.
But go ahead, Vic.
Now
The
I like the Patriots in this, but I think it's going to be a good game because when you look at both defenses, the Panthers defense. Listen, man, we got what's his name, Stephon Gilmore. He wants to come out. He wants to beat the Patriots. He got this defense amped. And then you look at the Patriots defense with Judon. That kid's amazing. You know, at the linebacker position. You know, he got a lot of pressures on Russell Justin Herbert last week. I think in total it was like 12. And you know, I don't know if he got a sack. I don't believe he got a sack, but he's like on the precipice. Like he's about to break out. And against the Panthers and against Sam Darnold, it's just a recipe for him to just break off a good game. But all that being said, I think it's going to be too much because when you look at the Patriots offense, Mac Jones, you know, he's the best rookie right now, quarterback. He's cool, calm, collected. I think he's going to get that offense through.
ain't even close, bro. He
I
looked different, bro. He looked different.
Yeah,
Ain't
like
even
all the
close.
rookies, and you know, got to credit Birdman because he was the one that came out the rip and saying like, "Yo, he's the guy." We all thought Justin Fields. It ain't. I mean, it could be Matt Nagy, but right now we can't use that as an excuse. The kids out there tearing it up.
Right. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
but
Coach.
I got.
Oh, my fault. My fault. Go ahead,
No, no,
Vic.
I was gonna say I got the Patriots in this one.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Coach.
I got the Patriots. At first, I was giving Sam Donald a pass because the organization with the Jets was just like I say, it's a total shit shell. But now, I mean, Sam Donald, he's just not good. He's just not a good quarterback. That's all what it comes down to. He's just not a very good quarterback at all. I mean, he started off the year strong, but look at the last 4 or 5 games that he had. Been nothing but good. He got benched against the New York Giants. I mean, he's just not a good quarterback. That's just what it is. I don't care. I gave him a pass because he was with the Jets, but now you're definitely seeing a real Sam Donald now. He's just not a good quarterback. DJ Moore has been very good this year. That defensive line, I mean that Burns got on the Carolina Panthers. Watch out for him on Sunday. That guy can get to the quarterback. And Sam and Hub been running the football very good, but again, like I say, I got to go with the Patriots. I'm going with the Patriots in this game. I mean, Matthew Judon is just, I mean, he's just a nightmare for opposing offensives. He's been acting like a Hall of Famer this year. Matt Jones has been playing okay. He's still was playing like the best quarterback coming out this draft, but he is the best quarterback coming out of this draft. His performance on the field right now, as far as with every other quarterback at, he's the best quarterback right now out of this draft class right now. For as consistency right now. Um, Again, I got the Patriots, man. I got the Patriots. I got the Patriots winning this game. I'm gonna go 27-20 Patriots.
For me, I don't know, bro. This game a little hard because I seen the Patriots play hard, and I also seen them play like trash this year. So it's like this one is a little up in the air for me. Sam Darnold, he's gonna be the X factor in this game. Sam Darnold,
Yep.
bro, you came out on fire. What's going
Yep.
on, big dog? You just converted back to your Jets days in the last 3-4 games. The hell's going on with Sam Darnold, man?
But you got to say one thing though. When it all started when he lost McCaffrey. Now, if McCaffrey's on this team, I'm dead serious. He's a different quarterback because you get a lot of focus on him. When you're not really respecting the run game because that's all on Hubbard, then it's a different story. The defense can pin their ears back and attack you as much as they want. But if you got Christian McCaffrey back there, I guarantee you it's a different story. I'm not trying to make excuses for the guy, but it is what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's crazy, bro. Because I was one of those guys. I believed in Sam Darnold this year. If he got into a better situation,
Yeah,
better
I did.
team,
I
better
did. I gave him
coaching,
a
I
pass.
did too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
believed in
I
him,
did
I gave him
bro.
a
too.
It was
pass. I gave
like
him a pass.
if he got into a better situation, better coaching, he'll be. Because I like Sam Darnold coming out of
Yeah.
college, man.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold was my dog at USC. He really was a gamer. So it's like it hurt me just seeing it like, damn, he just self-destructing like this. I mean, eventually they're gonna take him out. They're gonna take him out. Because they got so many weapons on offense. They got Robbie
Mhm.
Anderson, DJ Moore. I mean, I like Hubbard. I like Chuba.
Hey, I'm not
So
trying to throw anyone off subject, but I have a quick question. Is it just me,
Go ahead.
or is every other Jets quarterback not named Zach Wilson better than Zach Wilson? Yo,
For real.
dead serious. I'm looking at Josh Johnson. Yo, he's getting them downfield. This is the second time.
yeah.
Josh
They're moving
Johnson.
on. Yeah, they're moving on the Colts defense like it's nothing.
Josh Johnson hasn't done anything worthwhile since he came into the league, and you're telling me he's leading a drive against the Colts?
This is the second drive he's leading.
Mhm.
That's
The first time
serious,
they
bro.
went to what was it, Isaiah Moore, who's having a monster game today.
That's the
And
running back,
Yep.
now,
right?
Yep.
the wide receiver out of Ole Miss. I want to say it was Ole Miss.
You talking about Elijah Moore?
Yeah, Elijah Moore.
Oh, he cooking right now?
Yo, 2 touchdowns. I think he has over 100 yards.
Oh
The
man.
Jets offense is moving like they're still moving it, but it's just it took them a little bit. The running game
So
is
what
lacking.
how you think they gonna handle the Zach Wilson thing then?
They got the wrong quarterback. I honestly believe they
Bro,
have the wrong quarterback.
that's such a Jets pick though, bro. That's such a Jets pick. You go get
Yeah,
the guy that had one good season when it was a Justin Fields out there. I mean, it was
I
a
think.
damn, what's
Yep.
the guy that went to San Fran name? What's his name again?
Oh, you talking about Justin
You talking
Fields
about
and
Trey
then
Lance? Trey
Trey
Lance.
Lance,
You talking about
Trey
Trey
Lance?
Lance. It's Trey Lance. Big, strong arm quarterback, mobile quarterback. You go get the little guy that only showed up against teams that wasn't ranked or they were horrible teams. But when he played some
One
dogs,
year.
he played like trash.
When he
Josh
played Coastal
Johnson scored.
Carolina, basically. When he played Coastal
Yeah.
Carolina, like Coastal Carolina,
Josh
they beat
Johnson, I
them.
think, got 160 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, killing it right now.
I will say this: Zach Wilson isn't the only Jets pick. The Jets pick Sam Darnold, who is now imploding. Then again, what do you expect from a USC quarterback? And I mean, there's two.
You
If
know
there's two
Bird
less,
ain't gonna get you when he come on here
no.
dirty.
If there's two
Nah,
less,
but
Bird,
I'll say this.
come
I'll
on
say
up
this
here.
about the Jets. I'll say this about the Jets. They're picking what is it? The kid out of USC. They're the offensive tackle. Vera something. He's a good pick. More like I said, he's a good pick. And they got Michael Carter, who was like a gem. You know, like they make good picks. It's when it comes to their quarterbacks, like important picks like that. That's when they go too hard, and it's like they listen to the pundits. Because again, we didn't really hear of Zach Wilson until December of last year. Yeah,
Facts.
we've seen some games, but he wasn't really, a quarterback that they were focused on and talking about the draft. Justin Fields was one of the quarterbacks they were talking about. They weren't even talking about Trey Lance then. Again, that came out in like January. So it's like you can't just go with the flavor of the month. You gotta trust your scouts. You could tell a lot of these guys when it comes to important picks, for whatever the reason, they don't trust their scouts.
yeah, and I'll say
Everybody
this:
went.
AK came through.
I think I
What's
went.
good,
I think
AK?
I went. I mean, AK didn't go. AK didn't go.
AK,
What's good, my
what's
guy?
good,
What up,
AK?
AK?
Which
What's
game are
good?
we on?
We on
What's
the
Uh,
Patriots
good, Ross? How you
and
doing, man?
the Carolina
Panthers.
Panthers.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Phil.
It's not going to be Carolina.
Sam Darnold going to have another
Um,
Defensive Player of the Week award.
I mean, let's not all forget CMC still on that team. You know, when he does end up playing, he is a threat. But yeah, no, New England's still going to win that game.
So you
I'll
go
say
New England?
27-14. Yeah, 27-14.
27-14 New England.
Yep.
How about you, Gio? How you feel about this game? The New England Patriots versus the Carolina Panthers.
No, man. I got the Patriots winning, man, 27-17. Sam Darnold lost it, man. He looked like like he was playing in the Jets still, whatever. He lost that swag, man. And DJ Moore, man, in the milk carton, where he at?
I got him
It's
on
the Eagles
fantasy.
game.
That's my Philly youngin, man. I
Yeah.
love seeing young boy out there.
Yeah.
And you know,
Out
crazy,
88.
like
You get me?
you would think
Yeah.
that he would connect a lot with Roby Anderson again because of their experience
Yep.
together. Yo, that's another man that's left in the dark. You don't even hear about Roby Anderson right now.
That was supposed to be the
Yeah.
1-2 punch right there, bro. With him and Sam Darnold and whatnot.
Yeah.
They were trying to bring it
Man,
back for the
I
Jets.
straight defended Sam Donald. I straight defended Sam Donald and gave him a pass because it was just because it was Adam Gates, who should never get a head coaching job ever again in this league, or offensive coordinator. I gave him a pass. Now it's just him. He's just not a good quarter. He's just not a good quarterback at this point. He's just not. I mean, you literally couldn't even score a touchdown or move the ball against the New York Giants. You literally got shut out and scored 5 points, basically a baseball score. So yeah, it's just Sam Donald's just not good. He's just not a good quarterback. That's just it. He's just not.
Hey, if there's
No,
one
no
thing I've
lie,
learned,
bro. I believe as much in Sam Darnold as I believe in Jameis Winston. End of discussion.
hey, if there's one thing I've learned from watching college football for as long as I have, there's two places you don't pick quarterbacks from: USC and Alabama. For whatever reasons, they differ, but for
Hey, it's
some
Penn
reason,
State too now.
I think Mac Jones
quarterbacks
about
from
to
both those
change
spots
that
fall on
trend,
their
though.
face.
Yeah, because back then,
Chill.
Alabama used to be a quarterback factory if you use like a lot of guys in the past, like Joe Namath and them. But for a while, that switched up. You can get a quarterback anywhere. Or Carson Wentz. But the landscape is changing right now, and it's all about the schemes that they run in college. A lot of the pro style schemes. That's where you're going to get your best quarterbacks from. All this spread offense and stuff. That's good and all, but that's only for that college coach to win the game because that's all they're caring about. When you go to like a school that has a pro style offense, that's when you take your quarterback seriously.
And Grandizer will bring up an excellent point too. Ohio State, known for having bad quarterbacks as well too, man. Not making it to
Bobby
the NFL.
Hart.
You're right about that. Yep.
All trash.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
All right, moving on
Penn
though.
State's
Let's
in
move
that
on
category.
though.
Shout out to Kerry Collins though.
The Minnesota Vikings versus the Baltimore Ravens. Who y'all got winning and why? Go ahead. We're gonna start with Jordy, then we're gonna go around. Go ahead, Jordy.
The Vikings. Now, they're an iffy team for me because, I mean, say what you will about their quarterback situation, but I have belief in Kirk Cousins, and I've put him in the same category as a guy like Carr or Keenum before the season. I still put him in the same category. He's a game manager. He's going to do some things here and there. He's not going to carry you to a win, but he can definitely help you. And this Minnesota team's just kind of underachieved. They've flown under the radar this year. Thielen's still Thielen. They did lose Rudolph, but they had what's his name step up in his place. Cook went down for a couple weeks. They had Matheson step up. I mean, that offense has just kept rolling, and it's been kind of quiet for them. Why? I have no idea, but this is definitely going to be a good game. Minnesota is definitely going to come close, but thinking on this, I don't think they're going to win this game. I don't. Because
There you go to retract your statement in mid-talk.
no, I'm thinking. No, because I'm pointing out that the Vikings have something going, but
You just said all that good stuff about him. And he's like, nah, I can't pick the Vikings.
It's a tough game to pick. It's a very
It
tough
is,
game.
though. It's a hard game.
yeah, because I mean the Ravens, they've got Lamar Jackson, who's a running back in disguise. No, I'm just joking. But
Yes.
I mean, they're down 3 running backs and a couple other guys to ACL injuries, but they're still pushing along. Le'Veon Bell still has barely gotten a touch of the ball. My fantasy team really hurt on that one. But that offense is still rolling. They've figured out they have receivers again. They're moving the ball a little bit more, spreading it around. Their defense is somewhat holding up in recent weeks, ever since the fiasco a couple weeks ago against, I think it was Buffalo. So they're actually starting to show up to their games. This is tough, but I'm going to have to say it's got to be Baltimore.
Go ahead, Coach.
I got Baltimore in this game because their defense. I believe their defense is much better than Minnesota. Lamar Jackson, it's hard to keep that guy in the pocket. I mean, that guy's a goddamn athlete, man. You can literally put that guy at a receiver position, at a running back position. He'll succeed at those type of positions. He probably can't throw the ball as much, but he's just an athlete. He's just an athlete. But again, the offense is trouble. I believe Marquise Hollywood Brown has found it. I believe that their tight end is very, very good, but their defense is way better than Minnesota. Kirk Cousins just can't win you any type of big games at all. He kind of confused me a little bit. He looks like one game he'll look like a quarterback that deserved $80 million in guaranteed. Then he'll turn into all of a sudden the next game an average quarterback, an average underachieving quarterback. I think he's very good. I don't think he's up there with Derek Carr or any type of the quarterbacks up there. I just think he's a very good quarterback. He's a very okay quarterback. But he just not. If you have to say, Kirk Cousins, I need you to give me this game to get in the playoffs. I need you to give me in this game to get to a championship. Them the type of games Kirk Cousins will find a way to not show up in a game like that. So I got Baltimore winning this game. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 23-17 Baltimore.
Go ahead, Gio.
Yeah, like Dante said, man. Kirk Cousins is not consistent. He's not the superstar quarterback that they thought they was gonna get out of him. And I've done seen him play too as well. I was living with a roommate. He was a big Vikings fan or whatever, so he still has his issues with his deep balls, his accuracy as well. Now I got Ravens winning the game too as well because Lamar's playing at a high level. He's trying to be that guy for that offense or whatever. Since like it hasn't been really clicking or whatever, but I noticed his passing has been getting a little better or whatever. He might. I'll see him running more because the Vikings lead in sacks. I think in 20 he got 24 sacks or whatever. So that defensive line is pretty solid. So just Lamar just gotta just connect with his receivers or whatever and run the ball early. They're not that good on their run defense either. From what I'm seeing. So I got Baltimore winning 17-10, man.
Go ahead, Uncensored.
You know, I'm going to be the oddball here. I'm actually going to go with Minnesota. You know, I believe they're going to unleash Dalvin Cook. You know, and also their backup halfback isn't that bad either, Madison or whatever his name is.
Yep.
You know, so I believe the run game's going to have a big thing to do with it. It's going to be a very close game, an interesting game. But somehow I think the Vikings are going to somehow pull it out 27-24, Minnesota.
Go ahead, Vic.
Okay.
Now, when you look at the Vikings, you look at the Ravens. You know, they both got good defenses, and that's why it makes this pick so hard. You know, when you got Mike Zimmer's defense, you know, he's known for it. He's a legend. And the Ravens defense has been playing, you know, well as of late, even with all the injuries they've had. They're literally the epitome of next man up. They've had no issue. With the Vikings, like everyone mentioned, Kirk Cousins, you never know what side of him you're going to get. But I will say this, as of this year, he's been having a good year, especially early on. He had a little slump, I think it was like 2 games back before their bye week. He had a little slump. But if you see him last week, you know, he's coming back to form. And I think between Thielen and you got Jefferson out there, I think they're coming into their own right now. You mentioned before Dalvin Cook and Matheson. That little combination, that's a good thunder and lightning combination if they use it correctly. You know, I know Dalvin Cook is the number one guy, but he hasn't been, very healthy this season. And, it's taken a while to get back into where he is. So I would like them to see, a little mix of the two. And like everyone had mentioned, the Ravens' rush defense is having issues. They're not the best. They're a good defense still. They bend and they'll break a lot of times. But the thing is, they've been having issues the past, couple, 4 games. They've been close in games. They've only won it out in the end. One of the big issues for the Ravens is their running attack. I think their biggest mistake was, they they uh, they stopped using Tyson Williams too soon. I think it was week 3 or week 4 is when they basically, stuck with Latavius Murray. And the one thing about Latavius Murray, he's kind of like a backup quarterback. He'll give you 3, 4 good games, but after a while, his age shows. His health becomes an issue. It gets a little slower. And that's what's going on right now. And that's why you've seen Lamar has to, throw it downfield more. He has to use the receivers more, which is good. But the Ravens need to stick to what the Ravens do best.
Right.
Running the ball and giving it to their tight end. Mark Andrews has had a decent year, but they got to utilize him more. If you do, then I can see the Ravens winning this game. But the way it's going right now, just like AK said, I got Minnesota winning this game 24-17.
For me, this one tough. I feel like it all depends on what Baltimore shows up. You get me? Baltimore could be fierce on defense. They really can. They really could fly around and attack the football, attack the line of scrimmage. But sometimes, it's this rarely, but sometimes Lamar Jackson starts off slow. So Minnesota has the kind of offense, if they get on top of you, they can really take off on you if you playing around. So Baltimore is gonna have to come out there and match the intensity because fucking my fault. I ain't mean to curse. Because damn, I lost where I was at. All right, Minnesota can hop on you fast. And they're a little pissed off that they lost last week to the Dallas Cowboys without Dak Prescott even playing in the fashion that they lost. So they gonna come out with some heat this week. But getting Jesse Bateman back that's big for Lamar Jackson because he a mismatch nightmare. Like, dude, especially the way Baltimore run their offense, they're run heavy. So a lot of the times their wide receivers are matched up one-on-one. So trying to guard Bateman in a one-on-one situation, that's bad. Marquise Brown, bad. Sammy Watkins, bad. They got a lot of dudes that can win those one-on-ones. So this gonna be a good game. I'm gonna take Baltimore in this one. I'm going Baltimore 27, Vikings 23. 24, my fault.
Yeah, no,
All right,
dude, it could
moving on
go
to the
either
next
way.
game.
Like I said, Cook's
Go ahead.
No.
No, I was just going to say, Cook's a physical runner, man. And he's very physical. If they're not precise on their tackling, he'll break tackles. Don't think he won't. So it's going to be a close game because it all depends on who messes up first. In all honesty.
Yeah, man, I agree. Cook really one of those guys that you gotta have 11 men to the football. Because he break
Yep.
1 or 2 tackles and he get on that edge, ain't nobody catching him. So
That's what I'm saying. He's the lightning.
Yep.
And you put Matheson as that thunder because he's a physical running back. It's lights out. Like, I don't know why Zimmer stuck with wanting to stick with one running back, but if you do a healthy mix of those two, they could probably have one of the most potent running attacks in the NFL.
yeah, it'd be nasty, man. But moving on though,
For sure.
the Cleveland Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. Who y'all got winning this one? You go first. Go ahead, Jordy.
Cleveland, because as much as Jamar and Joe Burrow have had such a good couple games, and I don't say that just because he's on my fantasy team, but they've had such a good couple games. Even though Burrow, like I say every time, is running behind a paper mache offensive line, and it's no different. But he's finding his groove. He's getting the ball out to receivers, not only Jamar, but mostly Jamar. And Joe Mixon's not having that bad of a couple weeks, but he's also not getting carries where I would have hoped he would be. But that's neither here nor there as long as they are moving the ball. And when you come in, this is a Cleveland team that's had a tough couple weeks, and they're going to look for redemption. no matter what the cost. You're going to see a lot of probably Newsome on Jamar with a bit of safety help over top because you're going to need that if Jamar goes deep. But that's going to be the big matchup of the week. And not only that, you're facing a defense with I don't know if Owusu-Koramoah's leading tackle anymore, but at one point he was close. And he's balling out in the linebacking core, and I still think they should try him out a little bit here and there at safety and corner, slot corner, because that's what he did in college, besides a little D-line play, but I'm not going to acknowledge that he did that right now. But that Browns defense is built well. It's competed with some other very good teams like the Chiefs, and so is that offense. I don't think that the Bengals had to have enough to compete. They have something, definitely, but they don't have enough. And you're going up against an offense that you now have, who is it? Chubb and Deontay Johnson sharing carries out of the backfield. And not only that, Baker's back, although I like seeing Case Keenum on the field a little bit. Baker's throwing to Jarvis Landry, who's coming back off an injury, kind of recovering still. Donovan Peoples-Jones, Higgins, OBJ, but probably not for much longer, and Njoku. So that's a loaded offense, and I don't think that there's enough on that Bengals defense to stop it at all.
Go ahead, Coach.
I can't take Cleveland. I just can't do it. I believe Odell Beckham. I just can't take Cleveland. I believe they Odell Beckham. I believe the time is near. He hasn't showed up to the last two practices. I believe he's checked out. He's definitely checked out of Cleveland, just like he checked out in New York. He doesn't want to play no more. He's clearly disgruntled about Baker Mayfield. Whatever is going on in that front office, he's clearly discomfort. I just can't trust in Cleveland's. Baker Mayfield has been playing on a messed up shoulder for the last couple of weeks. I don't know if that's healed yet. Jarvis Landry is going to take him some time to get acclimated right back because he's been hurt since Houston knocked him out of the game. Nick Chubb has been hurt. It's going to take these guys some time to get acclimated. But right now, I think Cincinnati's going to come in with a different mindset coming off that upsetting loss, that embarrassing loss against New York. I think they're going to come in with a better mindset. They're going to come out ready to play in front of their home fans. They need to get Joe Mixon involved. They need to get him some touches, at least 20 touches this game, and that will open up their passing game for Jamar Chase, who's been hot, for Joe Burrow, who's been hot. The offensive line still not that good, but they're competing. They're improving week to week. I just can't take a disgruntled Cleveland team. And Odell Beckham just checked out. He just checked out of Cleveland. And it's only a near time before he moves on from that team. So I'm gonna go Cincinnati of winning this game. I'm taking Cincinnati winning this game.
Go ahead, Gio.
Shit. I got Bengals winning this one at home. Honestly, it's not too much of Cleveland because they're all banged up or whatever. It's just that Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow connection is solid right now. I mean, you got him being the number 4 receiver right now, leading receiver, because Cooper Kupp just beat him out. I don't know, man. That whole organization with the Browns going on with that whole Odell Beckham situation too is not good. I mean, with him leaving practice. I mean, what they excused him out of practice for 2 days. That's a hurt piece on them. So I got Bengals winning, man. 28. Shit. Excuse my language. 28-17. Honestly, man, that's a honest score.
Go ahead, Uncensored.
Yeah, it's not looking too good in Cleveland right now. You know, a lot of mixed emotions. So, you know, I had high praise this offseason for Cincinnati going into this year. You know, I liked Joe Burrow at the beginning of last year before he got injured. Thought there was a lot of promise there. Getting Jamar Chase only helped him. Like I said, you can make it work with a shifty offensive line, especially if you get the ball out fast and if people believe and all that
Yep.
shit. And they are doing that. So yeah, I have Cincinnati taking this, man. I believe in them a lot more recently. So I'm gonna say 24-21, and this one's going to be close too. I'm not going to count the Browns out. They do
Yeah.
have a good run offense. They do still have some playmakers at wide receivers. They're going to be in it, but I just believe as a whole, Cincinnati's built a little better right now. So
Go ahead, Vic.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very good game. I mean, this is the two Ohio teams going at it. There's a lot of bragging rights. These teams have a rivalry. But when you look at both teams, we all talked about it, about the issues that are going on in Cleveland right now with OBJ and OBJ, whatever, OBR, whatever, senior. His dad's in the mix too, barging
Yep.
into the locker room, getting in Baker Mayfield's face, commenting on videos showing, his son open all the time. Like it's like a campaign. But I kind of understand it. On the outside, it might look like, he's a little crazy, but you got to realize when he came to that team, he was probably what, top 5 in the NFL.
Yep.
He was a very dynamic receiver, and when he got there, he was basically a decoy. They couldn't find ways to get him open, and then after a while, they focused on the run game, so they had no use for him. So he's been on that team for however long now, just sitting around not doing what he wanted to do. And I think for him, enough is enough. Now we all know how teams can manipulate the media, and I think that's what they're doing with OBJ right now. I don't think his dad's helping any at all. I don't think he's helping himself either by letting his dad in the locker room. That was just an idiot move on both.
Yep.
Just stay quiet. Go about your business. Cleveland looked like they were going to move on for you. It's just that they're trying to figure out the dead money because there's still a lot. That contract it weighs a lot of them.
Yep.
But I think this whole issue with them, weighs on that whole team in general, especially on Baker Mayfield, because now the pressure's put on him. If OBJ ain't the issue, then who is? Because for me, I think the big issue in Cleveland is Baker Mayfield. I think he's holding that team back. That's why I say, like in the offseason, I have Aaron Rodgers. I don't think Russell Wilson now because I think New York Morris's thing. But I think Aaron Rodgers would be enticed by Cleveland because that's a team set up. Again, the only thing holding them back right now is their quarterback. Their receivers are pretty good. The running game is ridiculous. Their offensive line is great. Their defense, we all know about that. There is no issue but their quarterback. And then when you look at the Bengals, yeah, we all know that they have some issues on their offensive line. It is paper mache, but they're still getting things done. Joe Mixon is having the best year of his career so far. Joe Burrow, the rookie Jamar Chase is out there, and now they're going to incorporate Tyler Boyd more. They're going to get Higgins involved more. So that's only going to help them out immensely. And I think that's what they're going to do this week against Cleveland. They're going to showcase all 3 of the receivers. They're going to put Mixon in because they understand without him, that offense doesn't run. So you're going to see Mixon get the ball early and often, but after a while, you're going to see Burrow spread the ball more. You're going to see those surprise attacks by Jamar Chase. I got Cleveland winning this. It's going to be a close game. I'm going to say 34-31, but I still got Cleveland winning this game. Oh, excuse me, Cincinnati. Cincinnati.
Yeah.
You know what happened around this time in the season? Teams do this.
Yep.
Teams do this.
Yep.
Cincinnati about to do this.
Yep.
We ain't gonna sit here and trip like they ain't lose to the Jets last week. I mean, that's a killer right there, bro. You know how bad that killer team confidence? You lose to a team
but
like
right
the
now,
Jets.
just to tell you right now, it's 30-45 on one of the NFL's top defenses in the Colts. Carson Wentz is having the game of his career, throwing dimes left and right, and the Jets are still coming back with their 3rd-string quarterback after they lost the first
They
one.
only down by 5?
Hey, 15. They were down. It was 45 to 10. They're coming back.
I mean,
it's something to be said.
It's prevent time though. Teams going to move the ball on that.
Nah, they've been playing hard. The Jets been coming at them. They're playing hard, like I said, and the Colts ain't letting up neither. You know what I mean? They're running. Jonathan Taylor got what was like an 85-yard run. Like they're not letting up the gas, but the Jets are still coming at them. I think next year, like I said, if a different quarterback, the Jets could be a team to reckon with.
I can't see it happening.
You know, like we all said, teams come on as later on in the season. We've
That's
seen what they did with
facts.
the
That's
Bengals.
facts.
I'm looking at what they're doing to Colts now. I'm kind of impressed.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like Cincinnati hit their peak already. Some teams peak too early in the NFL.
I think a lot of people sleep on their defense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they losing a lot of guys on defense right now. So now they're going to have to depend on Burrow and their offense to win shootouts.
That's
So
his problem.
I feel like they could do it though. I feel like they're a team that can win some shootouts. I don't got them winning this week. I'm going Cleveland 34, Cincinnati 27.
All right.
Moving on. I know y'all really want, do this game, but we're gonna do it just because it's on the schedule. The Buffalo Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. Who you got, Jordy?
I love talking about these Bills games. These are always fun because all I do is praise the Bills, and usually I don't praise Jacksonville. So this is just going to be another week of the same old thing. But
Yo, they
it's
had
easy.
2 licks though. The last 2 weeks they had 2 licks though. Yo. Go ahead though, Jordy. My fault.
It's easy. It's going to be Buffalo. I mean, they're riding the hot hand of Josh Allen, who, in my opinion, is still my pick for the MVP so far. They're rolling good. Knox is coming back, who's been performing out of his mind. I said this was his breakout year. I was right so far, thankfully, because I'm actually right on one player prediction. So I've hit my quota for the year. But they're spreading the ball around. They're giving it to Diggs. They're giving it to Beasley. They're giving it to Isaiah McKenzie. They're giving it to Gabriel Davis out of the slot. They're giving it to all these different guys, and that's what Buffalo does best. Singletary's been getting the ball a little bit. Moss has been getting the ball a little bit. They haven't been getting it too much, and that's a good thing because I know where I stand on Buffalo's running back room, and it's not good. But their offense has been rolling. Their defense has been shut down with guys like Milano, Ed Oliver, Trayvon Edmonds, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, Tre'Davious White. I could go on and on for the rest of the stream about it. But when you're playing a rebuilding Jags team who is now missing James Robinson, rip my fantasy team, it's always fun to watch this Bills team play good for about 3 quarters, put their back up in, and still coast. But that's all this game's going to be, is just another bye week for them. And, well, let's see how bad the Jets do this game.
What's your score prediction, Jordy?
I'm going to have to say Bills 52, Jaguars 13.
There we go.
There's my 50 bomb for the week.
We finally got one. Hey, Jordy, where the trademark at, Jordy?
Hey, I gotta hit my quota. That I'm gonna continue to hit that quota.
We finally got a 50 piece out of Jordy today, man. I'm proud, man. I'm proud. Go ahead, Coach.
Oh my God! I got Buffalo Bills. Nothing else. No, I ain't gotta think about that. It's just the way this game. I really don't want to pick this game. But I got Buffalo. I got Buffalo. That's all I want to say. Just pass. You just pass.
What's your score? What's your score prediction?
Just Buffalo.
It's
35. I'm gonna go 30. I don't want to make it. I don't want to make it like Jordy. I don't want to make it like Jordy's. So in that state, I'm gonna go 37. I'm gonna go 37-13. Buffalo.
Are you telling me you don't believe in this Bills offense to drop 50?
I don't believe they will. I believe they could. I don't believe they will, but I believe they could, but I don't believe they will drop 50. I'm so
That's
like I said, the closest I can give them is 37.
Go ahead, Gio.
Man, I got a Madden score. 48-17, bro. Zach Moss gonna get like 2 touchdowns, and Stephon Diggs gonna be that player, bro. That game. That's all I gotta say, man. Honestly.
Go ahead, Uncensored.
Man, y'all tripping. It's gonna be the Jets. No, I'm playing. Nah, dude, this is gonna be an ugly game. Thank God I got a couple players on fantasy myself. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to say 50 either. I mean, they can, but I believe they're going to be nice and not do it. But they could surprise me. I don't know. 42-14, man. Like it's going to be bad.
Go ahead, Vic.
Whew. This is gonna be an easy game. Oh my. No, I don't think the Bills go all out. I don't think they're trying to tire the team out like that. You know, they let the pedal off the foot off the pedal after a while. I think it's gonna be a good game though. You might see some good things out of the Jags quarterback. I call him Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence. He reminds me of Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sunshine.
they got issues because what is it? James Robinson is out for this game too. So
Yep.
that's pretty much 50% of their offense right now. So the other 50 or the other 30% they put in Marvin Jones. Well, I don't know if he's injured, but I know there's an issue with him. I don't see them doing anything. There's going to be no touchdown scored. I got it going 34-3 Bills.
Uh, I think the only way
Yeah,
Buffalo
no
don't
butthole
score
poke
in the
further
high
than either,
40s,
man.
50 points is if they take their foot off the gas in like the third quarter. So, the Jaguars really have nothing going. It's like this is gonna be a long day for Trevor Lawrence. I got the score. I'm gonna go 41-6.
Damn.
Moving on to the next one. This one right here, this is the battle of Coach Donte team and some trash team from Miami. The Texans versus the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Who y'all got winning this and why? Go ahead,
Ooh,
Jody.
ooh. Can I go first? Can I go first?
Go ahead, Jody.
So I don't know. This is tough because this is a battle of two teams that are mid-tier at best in the league.
Mid,
Mid-tier.
mid,
Sheesh.
mid.
That's being
What?
generous.
I'm going first. I'm going first.
All right,
Y'all
let's do
ruined it
this.
already.
Go ahead,
All
Assistant.
right. No, bro. This is Houston Texans game to lose, hands fucking down. I'm still riding and dying with my boy up there on the top. You know, listen, the Texans can win this game. Miami, you know what? I had them as a playoff contender this year, and they disrespected me and my name. So fuck them. I listen. Texans, they better win this game, bro. Miami is trash right now. You know, they're trying to get rid of Tua, so they don't even know what direction they're trying to go. At least Houston has a core to build from, and they actually are looking like they want to play for their coach. So, yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be 24-17 Houston. Bam. Mic
Like
drop.
that. Go ahead,
I'm out.
Jody.
As much as I really kind of want to poke a joke or two here at both teams, I'm going to be nice. And I'm probably just going to roll with Texans. This is going to be close because, like I said, both teams aren't doing very good this year. I've heard the word of Tyrod could be back. Probably not. Depends on when he gets activated. But at the end of the day, it's the battle of Davis Mills and Brandon Cooks versus Tua and, well, maybe one or two receivers. That's about it.
Sticky, that's all.
Yeah, both defenses can't stop a leaking faucet. And there's a reason why both these teams are in the bottom of the league at 1-7. They're one win away from being on the level of Detroit, of all teams. So in the end, it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be close, but Houston.
What's your score?
17-10.
I like it. Go ahead, Coach.
Tyrod Taylor is playing for sure this weekend against Miami. For sure this week he is playing. It just came out earlier today. And again, I have faith in our defense. The last couple of games, y'all can look at the 40 to nothings, the 30 none saying the defense can't stop anybody. But if you're losing like that, do you really put that on the defense or do you go offense and saying the offense just cannot move the football? Do you really put that on the defensive side of the ball? If your offense can't score and your defense coming back and forth off the field, the defense is going to get exhausted and get tired. So now with Tyrod Taylor back and this offense was flowing before he got hurt, I think he gives us more of a chance to win. And this defensive line has been flying around the football. The problem is they can actually get to the quarterback, but the problem is the offense wasn't moving the football past the 50-yard line. And that was mainly the problem. So again, I got trust in this defense since Tyrod Taylor can put up points on the board. And I had Miami, goddamn, I had them as a wild card team. I had Brian Flores, I had him as a potential coach of the year. They ready to give up on Tua. Tua came out in an article and said, "I don't think this team got faith in me. I don't feel wanted in here in Miami." And they had discussions with Deshaun Watson. So while if I'm Tua, I'm not. He's right up on that. They got a bad offensive line. Will Fuller can't stay on the field. Jalen Waddle has actually struggled. He has not played good football at all. So I love Christian Kirksey in this Texans defense. But as long as if we put points on the board, I think this defense can actually be a good defense. Just because Davis Mills was on the field, we couldn't move the ball past the 50-yard line. The defense got tired. They got tired of guarding. And it's only so much when you can do as a defense. If your team, your offense is not moving the football, there's only so much you can do. So again, I'm just gonna have to roll my Texans getting the win, man. I'm gonna go 23-17 Houston.
Go ahead, Gio.
Well, you know I'm gonna need the Fins to lose so we can get that pick.
Yep.
Honestly, it is. They've been struggling. Waddle, rest in peace, my fantasy football. He was in my team. He's been on my bench for at least 2 weeks. He has been really producing. Tua just trying to find his identity. He does not belong to the Dolphins organization, honestly, bro.
Yeah,
There's a reason why he said that, and there's a reason why the coaches gave up on him or whatever. Like I said, they put you in a spot to be that guy, and you wasn't that guy or whatever. So, and as far as Texas, Tyrod Taylor, that dude can be electric, man. Tyrod Taylor is a dual threat quarterback. People tend to forget that or whatever. Once he gets hot, he gets hot. And, he's not accurate or whatever. Not saying that, Tyrod Taylor's a bad quarterback, but when he get hot, he get hot. So I got Texas winning this one 21-17. It's going to be a low scoring. Like I said, both teams are still trying to find themselves as well. So it's going to be a low scoring game.
Go ahead, Vic.
Man, this is going to be the shit bowl of all shit bowls. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta look at the Texans, man. They just bolstered up the defensive linebacker position with Eric Wilson this week. You know what I mean? So they're gonna be out there ready to play. But nah, in all serious, like if Tyrod Taylor is in, look for Brandon Cooks to get the ball and the ball often. The Texans run the ball better with him on the field. Like I said, their
yep.
defense, it is what it is on both sides of the ball. They're both going to make a lot of mistakes. It's going to be an ugly game. I think, if anything, it's probably going to be of a close game, 17-14,
Yeah, it's gonna
like
definitely.
a 9-12
Yeah.
game. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of them games. But I got Houston winning.
What's your score?
I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to make it look ugly. I'm going to go 9-12.
9-12?
Field goal, yeah.
Yep.
See,
I feel real good.
I see this one a little bit different.
The
I
hell
think because
kind
we
of game
think
is
these
that?
teams so bad, it's going to be a high-scoring game. You get me? It's going to be one of those in the 30 range games because both of these defenses can't stop nobody. Tua, he has weapons to put points on the board. I don't know what the hell is going on in Miami. They have a solid defense. Well, they have solid defensive players. I mean, they got Byron Jones. They got Xavier Howard. They got some dogs on that defense. I don't understand how you can't put together a game plan to stop offense with those kind of guys on your team. Bad coaching. Bad coaching. The Texans not really that bad coaching part because the Texans have good coaches. They just don't have the players. Miami is the complete opposite. They have the players and they have horrible coaching. So, I mean, this is going to be a shootout in my eyes. I feel like it's going to be, and as much as I don't want Miami to win this game, because we trying to get that pick, I feel like Miami going to win this game. They're going to be able to put up enough offense to beat the Texans. Davis Mills is not it for them. Davis Mills is not it for them. This is going to be I'm going to go 34-27 Miami. Next game. The Oakland.
Hey, real quick. Can I ask a question to you guys? And it's from Grandizer's point here. Yeah. Sorry, buddy, for messing your name up. Yeah, so I was thinking today, this game it revolutionizes all the time. We have a bunch of, like, for instance, we'll use our issue, drafting issues, because you have head coaches that want one thing, you have GMs who want another, and like his comment said, the coaches wanted Herbert and the GMs wanted Tua, so they got Tua and blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. What do you say that we actually let our head coaches start doing the drafting more after the scouting? That way it limits the whose fault it is. If the head coaches are the one doing the drafting because they're drafting for their scheme, which they should, because it is their scheme. They know how to run it and they know who they want to run it. So therefore, they should pick it. And if we let them pick it, therefore there is no, it's his fault or whose fault is it? Right there on the spot. You're the one that drafted these players. It is your problem.
Facts. I agree. It should always be like that with every organization.
I've always thought the idea of a GM is stupid. Mm-hmm. There should be, the coaches, personnel, and the coach goes within his coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side. They make their decisions. Again, you do have scouting who reports back to the coaches, and then you have your contract guy, you have your cat guy. You know what I mean? If you have it that way, and because I think there is a team that's built that way. I can't remember who it is, but there is a team that's set up that way. If you have that going for you,
it's probably Green Bay.
I think it is Green Bay, but I don't want to say because I'm not sure. But again, you don't have
New England. Bill Belichick, the GM and the head coach.
It might be. I can't remember, but again, you don't have that issue of someone trying to take control, someone have power. Everything's already set in stone. Everything's already dictated. We all know who we want. We all know who we're looking for. There is no issue like we want a third round pick and then it's not the guy that we want and no one's happy. No, we're all in the same. We're all in agreement before we even head into the draft, and we're looking at a board. We already know what we want. That's what we need out of our team.
Yeah.
Again, I like I'm saying before, I think the honest idea, the traditional sense of a GM is stupid when you look at today's game. It's not. It should never be that way. Again, if a coach is setting up a team by his scheme, why would someone else who has no idea, but not that no idea, but no actual insight? Because let's be honest, Howie doesn't know the ins and outs of this scheme. So why is he the guy picking the players for the coach?
And I get it. The perfect way to say it is why the best person to pick for his scheme is the person who is his scheme alone. Like, no lie, Nick should be the one this draft picking these players for offense, and Gannon should be the one picking it for the defense. It's their schemes. They're the ones that designed it. They know who they need to play in those positions for that scheme to be successful. So why are they not the ones picking it? You have your guys out there doing it. You have your guys out there doing the scouting. They bring you the scouting reports. You look at those reports as coaches. You see what their skills are. You know what those skills that you need are, and then you go out and you get those guys. That's the way it should be. Plain and simple, easy peasy. But for some reason, everyone makes it complicated.
And not to make it sound like to revert it back to like it's a lower grade, but that's how colleges run. Those college coaches pick those players. They have scouting department that report back to them, and they pick those players. They go out and they recruit those players. The same thing should be done in the NFL. You should have a guy set up for contract, a guy for cap, and you have your personnel as your head coach. Because ultimately, who gets to be fired or gets to stay on that team because of the production of the team or how the team's going? It's the coach. If the team isn't doing well, the coach is going to stay around long. The GM still gets a chance, not the coach. Coach ultimately goes. So if my job's on the line, I might as well pick the team. Like Bill Parcells said, if you're going to hire me to be the cook, I might as well buy the goddamn groceries.
Right. And then the crazy thing is, you can't come out, even though it's true, you can't come out and say like Nick did, oh, Howie picks the 53-man roster. For what? Howie Roseman knows zero about football.
Yep.
How is he picking who you need to fit your scheme, to fit Gannon's scheme? He's a number pusher. Yeah. Let him be the number pusher. He can have the GM title, but you're not calling up players from the practice squad for me. I mean, you're not dropping down people on the practice squad for me. I'm going to make those decisions because I'm going to go before you do. So let me ride with it. Let me go down with the ship. Even if Nick Sirianni here 3, 4, 5 years, it's not going to never get better if Howie Roseman is still there. He's still the same power control dude, and Jeffrey Lurie let him do what he wants as long as his money is right. So, I mean, you can't have that. You can't have that. It feel like ever since we won the Super Bowl, Howie Roseman head just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You can see how arrogant he is in the goddamn interviews he do. Every time somebody asks him a question, he deflects it. He started talking about this. Oh, we sit down and do collect. No, it seemed like you're doing everything, brother. You're doing everything but probably coaching. And you probably is coaching. You never know. Howie Roseman could be the one putting them goddamn plays out there. You never know. Nick Sirianni is just a face right now. They tried to make Doug Peterson just a face. Doug wasn't having it. He said, I'm gone. Y'all tripping. This is supposed to be my team. I won the Super Bowl. And my coaching staff won the Super Bowl.
With Doug, his ultimate downfall was the picks that he made for his coaching staff. That's what his downfall was. When he wasn't trying to budge on that, and it might be true, like the puppet wasn't trying to be the puppet. He's trying to cut them strings. But again, pick and choose your battles, my guy. Your coaching staff was horrible. You should have gone with that. The play calling is, a battle you should have given up on, but you didn't need it. I think that's why he got the boot.
End of the day, Howie Roseman should not be here right now.
I 1,000% agree.
He should not be here right now. Any other GM would have been fired. They would have been gone.
Listen,
I don't know what kind of tape he got on this dude, but it clearly been working for years. He probably caught him at the whorehouse or something and took some pictures of him. I don't know what's going on, but all I know is Howie Roseman should not be here right now, bro. We've been and any GM coming into this situation, they're going to want this job. You got potential 3 first-round picks. You get to build this team how you want to build them. You get to build them how you want to build them from start to finish, scratch. You could get all them old guys out of here if you want to and build you a whole new team with 3 first-round draft picks. No matter how you pick, even if you don't pick all 3, you can use those to go get whoever you want. I mean, this is the perfect situation right here, and I hope Howie don't live to see to even touch those 3 first-round picks. Give him a Chip Kelly joint. Put him in the back office where Jason Kelsey and them said they ain't see him in a whole year. Put him right back there. Let him play with them numbers and whatever y'all want to do. But when it comes to football stuff, Howie Roseman should never be able to make a decision about football stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you know what? I've said it before and I'll say it again. We're in self-destruct mode as long as Howie Roseman is on this team. When he's gone, then we can talk about rebuilding. Then we can talk about winning again. But it is plain as day, clear as day, that until he's gone, us being successful is probably slim to none. We all see how he works and everything that he does, and it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. And my only thing is that keeps me sleeping good at night is he hasn't been extended yet. So
hey, Howie Roseman got pictures with Jeffrey Lurie and Jeffrey Epstein together, kid. That's why he still got the job. I'm telling you, he got those pictures right.
He got him in the middle of the whorehouse, bro.
Jeffrey Lurie, he got pictures of Jeffrey Lurie on Epstein's private jet, just chilling like.
It's ridiculous.
That's the only reason why he got that job.
Move on, though. The Oakland Raiders at New York to play the New York Giants. Who you got, Coach? I keep
I got
saying
the
Oakland,
Oakland
Las
Raiders.
Vegas. My bad.
I do the
I
same thing.
got yeah, I be doing it. Sometimes I say Washington Redskins too. I just can't get off of them.
I
But
do.
I got the Las Vegas Raiders, man. I just think they just got too many weapons offense. I mean, even though they lost Henry Ruggs, even though they lost him, still think it's too much. They got a good rookie, solid rookie, Brian Edwards. Cameron Drake is getting a lot of more touches since John Gruden has been gone. Darren Waller is all eyes are going to be on him. So you got some opportunities for Brian Edwards, Zay Jones, those guys. Their defense has been an improvement. Max Crosby, Ngwakwe, all of those guys. Casey Hayward. The New York Giants, their coaching is not too good. He doesn't have no idea how to coach the game of football. Daniel Jones is having a tough don't have an offensive line right there, even though he has improved some, but not all the way through. The receivers are beat up. Slayton can't catch. The running game is average. Just everything about them. Undisciplined football team. Jump off sides a lot. Defensive scheme is not good. It's just an all around mess in New York. I can't take New York. I got the Raiders winning this game, man. I got to win it. I got to win the 30-34. I got to win 34-20. 34-20.
Go ahead,
Raiders.
Vic.
Yeah, this is gonna. I think it's gonna be a good game. Um, Raiders have been going through a lot this week. With Henry Ruggs, with what happened with John
Yep.
Gruden. That team has been going through a lot of adversity. But the one thing that's constant is the quarterback, Darren Carr. I mean, like
Yep.
he's been
Yep.
leading them through everything this season. I mean, like he's been their spiritual leader. He's been their leader on the field. Like you've seen his comments that came out. I think it was today when he was talking about the victim because they released her name. I don't remember it, so I don't want to try to say it. But like he said, it's a sad situation that everyone's in. His thoughts and prayers are with the family. He sees that Henry Ruggs, his career's pretty much gone. But at the same time,
Yeah.
he has to focus on this team and they got to move on. And ever since they lost John
Yep.
Gruden, they've opened up the playbook. That for all intents and purposes, Derek Carr is the offensive coordinator, which is I think is great because when you look at the team before
Yeah.
in the '90s and the '80s,
Yeah.
quarterbacks were the guys calling the plays. So
Right.
he knows what's going on out there. You know what I mean? Like he
Yep.
sees the field. He's the right guy for it. And their defense has been playing better too because again, they're not shackled by John Gruden and things he wants to do. Coaches are able to showcase themselves. I think that's what they're doing. That's why they're playing much better.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to come in this game hungry. We talked about it before. They might not have Henry Ruggs, but they got Zay Jones. That's their backup right there. Hunter
Yep.
Renfro. You talked about the rookie
Yep.
Edwards. I think Oakland's going to come out. They're going to come firing on all cylinders. You mentioned Kenyon
Yep.
Drake. You still got Josh Jacobs. You mix those two together, that's a good rushing attack as
Mm-hmm.
well. Both physical runners.
Yep.
Kenyon Drake isn't a Josh Jacobs, but he's a good receiving. He's good at receiving. He's
Yeah.
decent in between the
Yep.
tackles. So I think I'm not even messaging the team
Yep.
because I got Oakland all day on this. Like they're gonna come out and they're gonna come out hungry. They got a lot of people to prove wrong because of what happened, this whole season. A lot of people are doubting them. A lot of people,
You
kind
said
of take pity
Oakland.
on them.
Yep.
They've been put in a bad position, and they just
Yep.
want to win games. They just want to get back to playing football and having fun. So I
Yep.
think they're going to show out this week, man. It's going to be a good game. I got Oakland winning 31, 27.
It's Las Vegas,
Excuse me.
damn it.
See, because we were talking about Oakland. So see,
Yo,
take them back to Oakland, man. That's where they belong.
it's hard to remember. I be saying LA sometimes. It's like it's
I
great.
be
How many
doing
times
that,
they gonna
man. That
change that
always get me.
goddamn
It's so hard to think of a team in Vegas because for so long there's nothing in Vegas because
right.
they didn't want it, and now that they do, it's just like we overlook it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Go ahead, Gio.
Yeah, man. That situation going on with Harry Ruggs put a dent in the Raiders organization. They lost Wilkins or whatever. They had to, cut him. They lost one of their second good receivers there. And Darren Waller's coming back this week, so he's gonna be hot. As far as Derek Carr, man, shout out to him, man. Just even recognizing the situation with the whole death or whatever. But not just that, man. Just him being a leader too, man. Just putting it out on Twitter saying, even though like they was bashing Ruggs, he did say like you still needed a voice. Like he didn't want to hear all that bash. He want to somebody like that want to hear something, positive. And then they was talking the night before that happened or whatever, and they was talking about improving his golf swing or whatever. So, Carr is somebody you want to be around with as far as it, since the whole John Gruden's being out, he had to step up and be the leader in the offense of this team or whatever. And as far as the defense, man, they've been playing hot every week, man. You got Max Crosby out there and Yannick. Like Coach Donte said, man, they just been balling out there, man. Secondary's been solid. They've been stepping up as well. They had like a little bit of zone coverage as far as it got improved since the Eagles game or whatever. We had that flaw, then the teams came over, whatever, but they bounced back on it. So I got Raiders winning this game, man. I don't got too much to say about the Giants. I had Tony and Shirley. Yeah. I had both of them on both of my leagues or whatever. So they go my fantasy league there as well. And then I don't know, man. They only got nothing to capitalize. They're rebuilding as well. As far as with Joe Judge, he's messing that team up. Excuse my language or whatever. But
you good.
yeah, man. I got 38-17, man. Raiders go Las Vegas.
Go ahead,
I don't think that team is rebuilding. That team is just in shambles.
Yeah, it is, man. It's they don't want to admit that they're in a dumpster fire, man. I guess they didn't want to like be potential sellers or buyers or whatever. So like I said, and then also Raiders, man. Since they losing Henry Ruggs, man, DJ is out there. That could be a potential Carr. And Carr can't throw it deep or whatever. But like I said, 38 Raiders, 17 Giants.
Go ahead, Uncensored.
Yeah, so listen, the Raiders have survived Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper being traded. They've survived AB. They've survived John Gruden. They'll survive this. It's a sad situation. It was uncalled for. Didn't need to happen, but they'll survive it. This team has showed resilience through a lot. I believe in Derek Carr. I've always thought he was a pretty decent quarterback, just has always had a shitty team around him. And he's honestly made them better because he is pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Giants, dude, I was just on a Giants stream a little bit ago with a couple of buddies of mine. And they were saying that Joe Judge's excuse this week was for the first part of the season here, all these first 8 games, he's been having headset problems. Okay. First off, I call complete bullshit on that because, listen, this is the NFL. All right. If you don't think for 1 minute that these guys inspect this shit before they put it out on the field and make sure everything's working properly, before anything gets out there, you're severely mistaken. All right, so that's a shitty fucking excuse to begin with. But yeah, no, dude, the Giants are in turmoil. They're kind of. You got Giant fans saying rip it all apart and rebuild, and then you have one saying don't do it. We're just missing some pieces. Fire certain coaches. Some are saying it's Jason Garrett's fault, which obviously I would have fucking told you not to hire him to begin with. But, yeah, man, I got to go Oakland here, dude. They've survived so much and they're still chugging along. I'm going to say it's going to 28-21 Oakland.
All right, for me, I'm not even going to talk about the Raiders because we already know the Raiders are a solid team. Derek Carr got them boys playing. They believe right now. The Raiders going to be a dangerous team when they get down to playoff time because they didn't have so much snatched from them already. They hungry and they still fighting. Like you said, they bring in the Deshaun Jackson. He would love being in Oakland. No, they in Las Vegas. My fault, bro. My fault. One more time. I keep forgetting they not in LA no more, bro. That is crazy.
You know who the Raiders remind me of? Do you remember that movie Major League?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Wild Thing? You know how basically the team was basically fighting the owner because the owner didn't want them to win again. They, in spite of the owner, did their thing. That's what the Raiders feel like to me. Like, it's in spite of everything that's happening to them, They're going to win. You know what I'm saying? They're going to win. They're trying to damage to win. They don't care about the noise going on outside the building. They only care about each other. I mean, and which is the most important thing. I mean,
That's
when you're
what
going
happens
into a
when you got
season,
leaders on your team. You
and
could get solid leaders
Yeah.
on your team, no matter what happened, no matter what coach you lose, anything, they still can motivate that team. So I'm not going to even get into it because Oakland is a
Hey,
solid team. I love how they play together. I love how Derek Carr's playing. I love how he leads them.
you got to
That's
stop
a
that Derek
solid
Carr
team.
slander.
That's a dangerous team. But let's get into these goddamn Giants. Y'all remember all season? Oh, we got Kenny Galladay. We got this person. We got that. Saquon coming back healthy. What happened? Team fall apart. Boom. Kenny Galladay was not a good number one wide receiver. I was saying that from the gun bus. I'm sitting here. I'm arguing with Big Play. I'm arguing with this person, that person. I'm like, bro, I watched Kenny Galladay in Detroit. He wasn't even a best receiver in Detroit. It was Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones was
It was
their most
Marvin
consistent
Jones.
receiver. He caught everything,
Yep.
50-50 balls, everything. Kenny Galladay was just a deep threat. Kenny Galladay give you 3, 4, maybe 5 catches in a game. So, I mean, that was a scratch from there. Sterling Shepard can't stay healthy to save his life. We all know what happened with Saquon. He been out for a while. And Daniel Jones is just a bum. He always been a bum to me since he came in the league. I never liked his mechanics, nothing. All he could do, he could run a little bit. He could get out of trouble a little bit. That's just about it. So the Giants going nowhere fast. They're gonna be picking in the top 5 for like the next 3, 4, 5 years. And the Oakland Raiders gonna blow them out this game. I'm gonna give them 34-17 Oakland.
And you
Las
forgot
Vegas.
and you forgot one thing, Slayton, number 86, cannot catch. He cannot catch. He cannot
Yeah,
catch at
Darius
all.
Slayton, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
but
cannot
that's their
catch.
best receiver.
Yep.
That's their best receiver.
Exactly.
Best
He
runner in the
cannot
game.
catch, actually.
Hey, can I just say something right quick?
and no lie, man. I just want to say this too, and I want to be the first to say it. I'm telling you right now, their interim head coach for Oakland, or fuck me, now you got me saying it.
Vegas.
But for Las Vegas, it's going to be their interim head coach. He's going to be their head coach next year, dude. He's got these guys motivated, and he's one hell of a coach, man. He really is. So definitely look out for him.
And I
Hey,
want to
let me
give
just say
a shout out.
something. Hold on, let me just say
One
something.
time.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Go ahead. Go ahead, dude. Oh, my
No,
bad.
go ahead, because I got a little something to say to Giants fan. Do you right
All
quick?
right. I want to give one shout out to Gus Bradley. He's changed that Oakland defense as well, though. So you can go ahead, Vic.
Yeah. Giants fans, come close. We got something to talk about. Remember the beginning of the season? When, exactly like we said, y'all talked about Kenny Galladay, how he was one of the best receivers in the NFC East, how he was going to change that team. What I tell y'all, he came from Detroit. What was their record? What did he do for Detroit? Why was he going to change any outcome for your team? Then you mentioned Saquon Barkley, saying how he was going to be healthy. Goddamn, that was the funniest joke I've heard all year. And then we're going to talk about your coach.
Oh
He
my
must have had a
God!
lot of problems with his ear set because the team couldn't hear him as he's screaming at them, telling them to stop fighting every damn day in freaking training camp. And then you come into the season, half your offensive line retired because of that great organization. Giants fan, I'm going to ask y'all to do me a favor. Shut the hell up. Stop talking about your team. Just like with the Knicks, y'all ain't going nowhere. Stop acting like your team is great. It's not. Back to y'all, gentlemen.
Yeah, let's get into the next game, man. Green Bay Packers at Arrowhead to face the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you got, Coach?
I'm gonna go with. I know Kansas City been struggling, but Aaron Rodgers is not playing, and that's a big. And Jordan Love will get his first snaps with Green Bay. So just because of that, and then Green Bay without Jair Alexander in that secondary, I believe they're more vulnerable. Now that defensive line is respectable with Preston Smith and Sadarius Smith. That defensive line is very respectable, but I don't believe that secondary can hold up. I believe Kansas City, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce and Mahomes. I think the league honestly starting to figure him out a little bit on how this offense plays a little bit. But I'm gonna take the Kansas City Chiefs. I gotta see what Jordan. I gotta see Jordan Love play first. I can't be. I haven't really seen him, but it also can be a trap game for Kansas City because you have no film on Jordan Love because he has not played. He has not played, and that those quarterbacks right there will be the toughest to play because you have no film. You have no idea what they can do good, what their struggles are. So I'm not saying again for the safety, I'm gonna go with Kansas City, but this could be a tough game as well because Jordan Love is no film on Jordan Love at all. So I'm gonna take Kansas City to win this game. 27. I'm gonna go 27, 24, Kansas City.
Go ahead, Vic.
Aaron Rodgers isn't playing, right?
Yeah.
No.
Who Green
No,
Bay Packers
he's out
got
for
started?
COVID.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Jordan
Jordan Love.
Love.
Who?
Jordan Love.
Jordan.
The guy that was supposed to come in and save him when they thought Aaron Rodgers was going to leave.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what's funny though? Like, I can see this going two ways. I can honestly see this being a track game because again, Kansas City has been having issues as of late. It's their offensive line, and I love Green Bay's defense. I think they're hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're attacking the ball all the time. They're ball hawks. But when you look at it, man, I think it's too much to overcome without Aaron Rodgers. You know, Jordan Love, you know, the questionable starter for next season, it looks like too. But I don't think he's nowhere near ready to take on, you know, any team right now or even have control of this offense. They're going to keep with the rushing attack between Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. They got Devontae Adams back, but again, I don't know how good their quarterback is going to be to, you know, be confident enough for him to get Adams the ball. Um, Kansas City bolstered up their defense this week, you know, before the trade deadline. So, you know, that only helps them out. I see it being Kansas City taking this one out, and it's gonna be wild. Um, I'm gonna say 38-21.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gio.
Right. I will. A little tough one. I mean, Mahomes getting that win. It was tough on him. Like I said, even though he's been struggling as well with his ints like every game. Devontae's. I mean, what was it now? Devontae game.
Adams.
Aaron Jones. Yeah, and, Adams. Man, they had to put the game on the back. Like I said, there's not too much tape on Jordan Love as well, so that's another advantage going into this game. You know, we gotta see how he plays that offense or whatever. But Kansas City defense is putting it together, trying to hold the game off in Mahomes so we can come back or whatever, win the game. It's a tough one, but I got Green Bay winning this one. I'm gonna go with the upset, man. Yeah,
Icy.
24-27, man. Green Bay.
Go ahead, Uncensored.
Yeah, man, I like where Gio's head's at. Listen, this kid's had what, 2 or 3 years sitting behind one of the best to ever do it. Okay,
This is second year, right?
and what makes me think something is, huh?
I'm saying this is second year.
Is it? Yeah. So I mean, he's going on his second year here, sitting behind the greatest. He's learned, you know, from him, and not just that, but Green Bay's being quiet about him. You know, you don't hear that he sucks. You don't hear that he's good. You don't really hear much about him. That could be a positive thing. You know, if he sucked, you'd hear about it. I promise. So, you know, he's supposed to be the successor to Aaron Rodgers, and I believe you're going to see it this weekend. You know, I have Green. You know, a lot of people counted them out last weekend against Arizona because they didn't have Devontae Adams. Sorry, and look, they won. You know, they're 7-1. A lot of us thought they were done right after week 1 when they got destroyed. You know, so I'm never counting Green Bay out. Yeah, I understand Aaron Rodgers is missing, but dude, this is Green Bay. You know, they've had 2 amazing quarterbacks back to back. Now, I say if they break the mold and they have 3, I'm going to start asking questions. Somebody sold their soul to the devil at this point because, like, that just never happens to get that lucky 3 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? So, but listen, I mean, they might have the formula down to making great quarterbacks that no one knows about. I don't fucking know. But yeah, no, Green Bay wins this, man. I have to put them there because just And like they said, there's no film on Love either, so they don't know what to do. So, yeah, I'm going to say they win 32-28.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay too. And the reason I'm gonna say it's a little different. It's not the Jared Love factor and all that. I feel like Green Bay is gonna be able to generate enough pass rush to get to Mahomes and get in his face and force him to make bad throws. Mahomes hasn't been looking good this year. He has a lot of turnovers. Game after game after game, you see him making rookie mistakes this year. You don't never really see that out of Patrick Mahomes. I don't know what's really going on, and their defense can't really stop anybody. Not no high-powered offense like Green Bay. It don't matter who back there. Well, it does matter, but Jared Love has the arm talent, and arm power to throw, to make all the throws. I mean, he's going to get the ball in his playmakers' hands. Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, guys like that. And then they have a good rushing attack. So the coach, this all depends on how the coach want to call this game. Because you can feed Dylan and Aaron Jones damn near the whole game, and they're going to give you production. Especially on this Kansas City defense, They can't stop a goddamn nosebleed. So if Pat can't get to a situation where he's comfortable, and it didn't look like the past few weeks he's been comfortable sitting back there, and that's when he makes his mistakes, when he's running around. And his receiver's not getting as much separation, except like a Tyreek Hill. He's always going to get separation. Kelsey hasn't been playing well. He hasn't had a ton of turnovers this year. Fumbles, tip passes that turned into interceptions. I don't know what's going on with this team, but this is not the team that you want to play with. It don't matter if Jared Love back there or not. If dude can make those throws off of play action, put the ball where it needs to be, keep this offense steady, I feel like they win this game. They win this game 34-31. They win by 3.
Yeah.
What's bad, dude? Is Green Bay's got one of our very own over there right now, and they got him playing like a fucking dog.
Who?
Rasul Douglas.
Oh yeah,
that's right. Oh yeah. Damn, forgot about that.
Sewell over there. I forgot Sewell over there.
He's the one that had that pick 6 at the end of last game to win it.
Yes,
They got this dude playing like a dog right now, and they even said it live. They were like, "Yo, if it wasn't for picking him up and bringing him on, we'd be in trouble right now with losing Alexander." They're like, he's really stepped up, and it's like, yo, it was like, that was a bad mistake moving on for him. Like, I'm so tired of moving on from players who have potential, and we stick with guys who somehow, and we stick with guys who somehow married to them.
Bro, low key, Sidney Jones over there balling for Seattle too.
Sidney's playing pretty decent at Jacksonville. Yeah.
See, that's why
I don't think he played pretty decent for Jacksonville when he was in Jacksonville.
But that's our issue. We never have anyone that can develop. We never have the personnel to develop players. And it all goes to, again, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but it all goes back to Howie and who the people he picks. The development, the scouting department, those are things that he lacks on. It's something that, like, our linebackers, when we look at them, that's something that we continually just fail and never address. And that's nothing that's going to change until, we make a move on for
them. Facts.
That's what it comes down to. It comes down to the general manager and the head coach and not putting these guys in the right positions as well. That goes from the front office to downstairs. That's why I'm so trying to be so patient with Rager. With if he gets somewhere else and then developing to what he's supposed to be. That's why I say you can't let guys go early. You cannot let guys early. You got to give these guys opportunity. And that's what it's all about. Just giving these guys a chance and getting the ball in these guys' hands and see what they can do.
I guarantee you, Ray was on the team, he'd be a
fuck
feed.
That, man.
He'd be Brandon Cooks.
No, fuck that. You can be this patient with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, but you can't be patient with Rasul Douglas?
Yep. Rager. You wouldn't want to be able to get him out of town.
You know what, though? I think Rasul got the short end
of the
He got the short end of the stick because of the
done
Sidney
more
Jones
than JJ in my book.
That was a good pick. Yep. And Rasul was good. He was in the 5th round. So what? He was the only one that came to perform. constantly, week in and week out, when we had him entrusted. Yes, sometimes he would make a mistake, but again, it goes back to we had no one to develop players. But for however
Yeah.
raw he was, he was a serviceable player. We just gave
Right.
up again. We gave up on him way too fast,
Right.
just like Jordan Poyer.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Poyer. That's the one. That's the one from Buffalo, right? The safety from Buffalo.
The
Dog.
Yeah.
He a dog now.
Yep.
Pro Bowl safety. Yeah.
He a dog now over there in Buffalo, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And we had him young. We could have developed him into that.
Yep.
So
And
He came in with Zach Ertz.
And Amendola, bro.
even the
We
guy,
let go of
the
Danny
running back from
Amendola.
What you
that
call
went
is
to San
not doing?
Francisco. What's his name? Raheem Mostert.
He not doing.
Yeah.
Which one?
Mostert. Raheem Mostert.
Yeah.
And for a fact,
Yeah,
he's
what you call not doing
another
too
guy.
bad in New England.
Another
Jalen
guy
Mills
who's
not doing too bad
flourishing
in New
right
England.
now. The
He's
other
not doing too
corner
bad.
that we got from Buffalo, Darby. Darby's actually
Yeah.
playing really fucking
Dar-
good.
In Denver, yeah, he's killing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
we had a lot
but
of
he's
people come through.
trash, and we don't want him on our team.
Nah, but
Yeah,
he was
he's
trash.
balling.
He was trash in Washington, though. He was straight trash in Washington.
All right, let's move on. The Arizona Cardinals travel to San Fran and play the San Francisco 49ers. Who y'all got in this game and why? Go ahead, Coach.
Man, something tell me I want to go with upset so bad in this game, dude. I actually do, but do I
I'm
have
not
faith in
betting
Jimmy
against
Garoppolo
Arizona in
pulling
no
out
week, bro.
anything twice?
For real.
It's so bad because this will always be a tough game if you go to San Francisco, and this is the best division pretty much in football. They're gonna beat up on each other. They know each other, but I'm gonna go with Arizona, man, to bounce back in this game. Kyler Murray, I think he's still a little bit nicked up. DeAndre Hopkins was nicked up. That's why he wasn't on the field on that last minute of the game. I believe he was coming in and off the field. He's a little bit nicked up. AJ Green been pretty decent over there. He's not been the best, but he's been holding his own. Zach Ertz, even though he's emotional, I still can't get over he's gone, but he's in a better chance to make the playoffs and trying to win a Super Bowl over there. Their defense is pretty respectable. Even though they lost J.J. Watt, you still got Chandler Jones wrecking over there. Buda Baker's over there. I mean, you got respectable players over there. You got a decent running game in James Conner. Right now, I got to go with Arizona, man. I got to go with Arizona to bounce back in San Francisco. This is a make or break year for Jimmy. No matter what kind of year he's having, playoff year, he's up out of there. They're ready to give the keys to Trey Lance. This is Jimmy Garoppolo last year, regardless of what happens. Their defense is taking a little hit. Their running game is pretty much non-existent, pretty much, but they're kind of respectable. They're kind of an inconsistent football team, but this is a scary team to still play right if you go to San Francisco. But I'm gonna go with Arizona. And Debo Samuel has not been playing bad either. He's been actually really, really good. So I'm gonna go with Arizona though to win this football game.
What's your score?
Wait. But before Vic goes here, I gotta ask a question. You said it's pretty much hit Lance's no matter what. So I know this is a strong hypothetical question, but I gotta ask it anyway. If Jimmy G would go and win the Super Bowl, you're saying they still run this over with Lance next year?
Oh, they're stuck.
Yeah, it already came out. It has already came out that this is really his actually last year. No matter what he does, this is basically his last year. They're gonna give the keys to Trey Lance, and that had already have been a discussion already.
That is
They had
harsh,
already came out
Donte.
themselves saying, "Yeah,
I can see Jimmy G
yeah."
in New Orleans.
That's
though.
from what I've heard.
Oh, that's a good one.
I can see him in
He's
New
out
Orleans.
regardless. If they win a Super Bowl, what happens? He's gonna be out. They ready to give the keys to Trey Lance. That's what I'm heard.
I mean, it's expected though. They drafted him high for a reason.
Yep.
Should have went with Mac Jones.
Yeah,
Should've
but
went
I'm
with
not
Mac
ready to
Jones.
throw away someone who wins the Super Bowl just because I drafted someone high. I mean that's a bit much.
I mean,
That's short-sightedness when you make that call right now.
Nick won the Super Bowl. They gave him away for Carson. They let him walk for Carson.
will not be giving him an extra year because remember we needed him
That's
that
a
next
little
season.
different.
Carson was hurt.
That's a little
We
different
needed him.
situation. That you can't. Yeah, this situation's not like that.
Nick's situation was he was coming into money because he was a free agent. And we couldn't pay him because we already had a quarterback locked up. So we had to move on from Nick. If
And
the situation
Carson's
was
already
different,
and Carson already played as a yeah, and Carson already played as a very high candidate. You know, he was MVP caliber already. Lance
yeah,
hasn't done that. Like the
if Wentz
situation
would have been
doesn't
an
match
older
up. If
player,
Lance was already if Lance was already slinging it, I'd say okay, maybe I see that, but he hasn't shown anything yet. That's what I'm saying. If they win a Super Bowl, there's no way they hand it over. They can't. Because Lance hasn't showed it, and they're not going to go on hypotheticals and just hope that he's the guy.
and you already seen it with our team when Nick won it, it was
Unhypothetically,
still an issue.
unhypothetically though, San Francisco not win no goddamn Super Bowl this year. So, I mean,
I know.
they gotta make the goddamn.
I just had to throw that in there. My bad.
They got Seattle still balling. They got Arizona and the Rams over there. They gonna finish fourth in that division. So
All
it
you
ain't
had to
even
say
gonna
was
matter.
Yep.
But yeah, go ahead, Vic.
Yeah, Arizona, San Fran. I think San Fran has too many issues going on right now between the quarterback position, the injuries, the defense isn't playing the way it should have been. You haven't really heard from their star lineman Joe Nick Bosa. He hasn't been doing much. But the one thing they do have going on the side is their rushing attack. Elijah Mitchell's a gem. I mean, like they're fortunate. They keep on finding running backs. I think he could be their starter, for years to come. But when you look at Arizona, man, even with the injury to Hopkins and to Green, they still got what is it, Kirk, and they got more. They still got the rushing attack, even though I don't trust into the rushing attack too much. Edmonds, he's a great receiver out the backfield. Connor. I don't know. I don't think he's that good of a running back anymore. Like I thought it was an issue with Pittsburgh. Maybe their offensive line was getting old. That's why he wasn't getting yards. But he's on another team that is a high-powered offense, and he still can't get it going. Connor's not the guy. Kyler Murray's a little injured too, but I think he's going to pull this team through with the win. Even with Arizona being as hobbled as they are, they're still, leaps and bounds better than the 49ers right now. And they got a new toy to play with in Zach Ertz. So I think this is going to be a big game for him and a big game for their defense, who, this year, they've been playing great.
Flying around.
Score, I'm going to give it 28 Arizona, 21 49ers.
Go ahead, Gio.
I can't really say much, man, because Kyler Murray dealing with the high ankle injury, and they're already talking about starting Colt McCoy. Might be a close one with that one. There ain't no run. There's no running game in Arizona. Like I said, James Conner is not that dude. It was just he looked good in that Pittsburgh defense. Like I said, it was just a different scheme. But D Hop is not there. Hopefully Christian Kirk does show up, man, and win it for Arizona. Like I said, but they're at home at San Francisco. I have San Francisco winning the game, man. Debo, man, keep showing that he's like that yak monster, whatever. Who knows, man? Tyron Matthew hasn't really been making noise either, whatever, in that backfield. The linebackers ain't pretty solid as well. So I'm gonna go with the upset, man.
He in Kansas City. You mean Buda Baker?
Buda Baker. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, Buda Baker. Yeah, man. I got an upset score. 2017, man. 2014, man, actually. 49ers at home.
Go ahead, AK.
Yeah. No, I really like the 49ers, man. I've always respected them as a franchise. They have Nick Bosa, and he is a beast. He's not playing to his full potential right now, but he definitely is a playmaker. They possibly have the best middle linebacker in football. So their secondary's weak. I will say, but their offense is pretty decent. Arizona, though, man, they got a playmaker in every position on offense. They really do. You know, all four of their first wide receivers are playmakers, all the way down to Elijah Moore. You know, so I gotta give it to Arizona. This one, it's gonna be close, but I'm gonna say probably 24-21 Arizona. You know, I believe that the 49ers will stay in it and be in it, but Arizona's tough to stop, man. So
Facts. For me, damn, this hard. Cause like I said, if Kyler don't play, then my outlook of this game changes. But I think he's gonna tough it out and he's gonna play through it. So I feel like this gonna be a defensive game. Arizona defense is like super underrated right now. You say their offense got playmakers at every position. They defense literally has playmakers on all three levels. Chandler Jones, Zaven Collins.
Yep.
They got Buda Baker back there. I think Kirkpatrick on that team too, ain't he? Drake
Drake
Kirkpatrick.
Patrick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Drake
think he with
Kirkpatrick. Yeah.
Arizona right now. He been making hella plays in the run game and run defense and pass defense. So Arizona could literally lean on their defense to keep them in this game. And then I mean, they're gonna score on offense. They're gonna. It don't matter who in there. Kyler Murray's gonna fluster up enough offense to put at least 20 to over 20 points a game. No matter who in there. Zachary's in there. I mean, if DeAndre not there, if AJ not there, Rondell Moore step up. Kirk, Isabella. They still got Andy Isabella too. He the speed demon too. So, I mean, they got weapons on offense, but I feel like this defense is they're gonna frustrate Jimmy G. They're gonna frustrate Jimmy G. He's one of those quarterbacks. He do not like pressure on him. He do not like getting hit. He don't like people in his face. You can get to this dude 3, 4, 5 times in the first half. You wreck that whole game for them. I mean, now Jimmy G overthrowing people. He underthrowing people. He throwing interceptions. So I feel like this defense is good enough to, I mean, hold them down for the majority of the game. So I'm gonna go Arizona 27, Arizona 28, San Fran 17.
I like it.
The Tennessee Titans versus the LA Rams in LA. Who you got winning this game, Coach?
Well,
That's
give
tough. This
LA
game, that's
Rams.
tough,
You don't have
man.
to game plan for that. Yeah, but the one lapse. Well, Derrick Henry.
No Derrick
Pretty
Henry.
much he had season injury ending foot surgery. The Tennessee Titans defense ain't really good. I'm not sold on their defense. They're not really good on their secondary side of the football. I'm not actually, so you can't score on them. Now Ryan Tannehill is gonna have to beat a lot of people with his arm. AJ Brown is gonna have to find a way. Julio Jones just been a shell of himself, injury prone throughout this whole season, can't stay on the field. And that damn LA Rams offense has been on another level. Robert Woods, you got Tyler Higbee, the running back by committee. That's still very good. Sony Michelle and I think Bryce Brown, I believe that's who running the football right there. Then you got Cooper Cup, who's really on an MVP type level. You got you got another guy that's balling out. I forgot his name, but he's balling out for the Rams as well. So
You talking about
again,
the
then
wide
you add
receiver?
Aaron Donald. You add Aaron.
You
Yeah,
talking
he's a
about
wide
you
receiver.
talking about Van Jefferson?
Yep.
That's him. That's him. I like him too.
I like Van Jefferson.
He's the reason why
Yeah,
Deshaun
and
ain't
then
there.
you got Aaron Donald that can already take on the double team and still get to the quarterback. Then you add Von Miller right there. You add Von Miller on that end. I mean, Ryan Tannehill just gonna be running for his life pretty much a whole game. Jalen Ramsey shut down one side of his field, Julio Jones or AJ Brown, but I'm gonna prefer AJ Brown because he's much younger and he's a very good wide receiver. So, and then you got pretty much another corner over there that can pretty much keep Julio Jones off limits a little bit, but it's too many weapons going around for Tennessee. Then their secondary is not even that good. Is not even that good. Now you're gonna have to rely on Ryan Tannehill to beat you with his arm. Therefore, you cannot run it with Derrick Henry. So I'm gonna take the Rams, man. I'm just gonna take the Rams to win this game. I'm gonna go 33-17 Rams.
Go ahead, Vic.
Man, Tennessee's been going through a lot. You know, the offensive line has been up far. The loss of Derrick Henry. You know, we got Julio Jones, who's been the same Julio for the past 3 seasons. He's had this constant hamstring issue. It's a wrap, my guy. You should call it quits. Just stealing checks at this moment. But look at how far this team has fallen. You know, at the beginning of the season, we pretty much had them locked, you know, for Super Bowl contenders. And then now when you look at it, you know, everything we thought that'd be going for him isn't. Even AJ Brown, you know, like he's the receiver that they're going to rely on right now. How much can you rely on him when he's constantly injured? And then you're basically trusting everything to Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill looks like Ryan Tannehill from Miami right now. He's reverting back to that because again, a lot of your deficiencies get covered up when you have a great running game. And when you have the best of Derrick Henry, listen, you're going to look like an all-star quarterback. Now, when you don't have Derrick Henry and you're facing against this Rams defense, who just got bolstered up with Von Miller, you got Jalen Ramsey in the back end just staring you down. You know, he's going to be picking you off. You have Aaron Donald, who's going to be a disruptive force up front. That's going to be tough for him. I don't see the Tennessee Titans putting up much of a fight. You talked about their defense. The defense is another defense that's been through many injuries. You know, they played well. You know, it's the next man up mentality. They've had an admirable job of trying to play, but it's going to be way too much when you look at that Rams offense. You know, like they're not full of household names, but it's enough to get the job done. One name they needed, one name that they needed this whole time is Matthew Stafford. They got the guy. He's doing it right now.
Yep.
We talked about the running game, you know, by committee. You know, Sony Michel's not doing that great, but you know, Henderson, he's doing a great job this season, especially when you look at he's taking over after Cam Akers, who when he was gone, they pretty much thought that there was going to be a big issue. But Henry, you know, Henderson, even though he's been injured, when he's in there, he's been playing great. You know, he's been the big reason why this team is where they are right now. I don't see them letting up. The ball's going to keep on rolling for the Rams. They're going to steamroll. This is my 40 burger right here. I got them going 42. Woo. Let's see. I'm going to say 6. I don't see them scoring. I see they might have a possibility for 2 field goals. That's it. 42-6. Rams all day.
Right. They became
Adrian Peterson's old ass ain't going to make any difference, and he's not going to play. They're going to be stuck with Jeremy McNichols, who's a receiving back. He's not really a good running between the tackles. So they're stuck this week.
Yeah. What you said the score was, Vic?
42-6.
Sheesh.
We call that
not even Adrian Peterson will come back and bring this team back, man. Yeah, they became one dimensional, man. I don't see them coming out with that victory. Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot. They're not gonna score no more. I'm not gonna say 6, man. I think 14. I see them doing 2. Like I said, AJ Brown has to put the game on his back, but Ryan Tannehill do gotta make plays, man, with his arm because, like I said, this team just became one dimensional when Derrick Henry just went out. There go my fantasy lead, by the way, again because of that injury, bro. Like I said, I did pick up Adrian Peterson. You know, I had to. All the running backs were taken, but man. I was going. Matthew Stafford is another one, man. Me and Vic talked about how he might win the MVP this year, man. If he keep balling, he looking like this dude looking rejuvenated, man. Especially with him and Cooper Kupp, that combination is crazy. Look, he's almost about to get 1,000 more yards and 18 more yards. So he's potentially going to be the best receiver out coming out this year. And that damn dude, Von Miller news, man. That as soon as that made them contenders, man. Like they want to win that Super Bowl. They trying to get Matthew Stafford in that Super Bowl. And if he does, man, that'd be great for him. Like I said, because the Lions really didn't like take care of him, and like he's a whole different person in this offense, man. So I got Rams. I'm giving the Eagles score 44-6, man. Actually,
Sheesh.
44-6. I said they was gonna get two, but I don't know now. Now talking about I keep forgetting they got Von Miller and Jalen Ramsey there, so I don't know, man. 44-6.
Go ahead, AK.
Yeah, man. Listen, Titans were struggling with Derrick Henry. Y'all are fucked without him. Like plain and simple. Um, the Rams, man, they have weapons everywhere. They're not going to be able to stop them. You guys have pretty much hit everything on the head. I called the Rams to have this division, and them just getting Von Miller solidified that. Unless injuries start popping off left and right, they're pretty much in it. McVay's got this team right where it needs to be. All they got to do is go out there and just play their game and win. Cooper Kupp, hell of a receiver, man. Henderson, dude, like Vic said, he's balling out. He's a dog. Yeah, I just don't see Tennessee having it anymore. It's going to be very tough. I'm going to say it's 42-14. I'm at least going to give them 14 points. But yeah, it's going to be bad.
I think this game gonna be closer than a lot of people think. Tennessee has a scrappy defense. Like they're not a lot of household names on their defense, but they play hard for their coach. So just that alone, I don't feel like LA is gonna like completely dominate them. But I feel like they're gonna start pulling away later on in the game. Once you see Tennessee can't really do nothing on offense. I mean, the Rams gonna put up enough points to win it, but I don't feel like it's gonna be one of those games that everybody think. I don't got LA scoring in the 40s in this game. It's gonna be kind of low scoring, but they gonna pull it out. I mean, I think they're gonna lose. To be honest, I think LA gonna lose this game. People underestimate Tannehill. I know he's not the best quarterback, but he can beat you. He can beat you. He can get you. And then Von Miller got number 40. So I got LA losing this game. They losing because Von Miller picked number 40. So I got LA losing this game. I got Tennessee winning this game 21-17.
I like the take. That's a spicy take.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Von Miller just cursed him. He got number 40. I should have gave him 58 or 56, whatever his number was. But he got number 40. That's a scrub number. They lose this game. Chicago versus Pittsburgh for the final game of the day. Who y'all got winning this game and why?
Gosh.
Go ahead, Vic.
This is another bad game, man. You look at Pittsburgh, man, they're going downhill. They're on the decline. Just every aspect of that team. You look at the offensive line has been playing poorly. The wide receivers, they only have one. And what is it, Dante Washington, I want to say his name is? That's a deep threat. And Ben Roethlisberger can't get the ball downfield, so what kind of a threat is he? I mean, listen, man, Ben Roethlisberger is showing his age. Like, he's aged so much just in the past season. It's not even funny. Like, he's a shell of himself. And then when you look at that defense, there was a lot of promise. They got Joe Schubert, for cheap off the Jaguars, but then they just gave up Melvin Gordon this week. So, you mean like they're already struggling in the rush defense? They're going to only struggle even more. But then when you look at the other side of the ball, like it's not getting even better. So this is a tough game to pick because Matt Nagy won't be coaching, but this is Matt Nagy's offense. You got a lot of trouble with Chicago. Look at their offensive line. Their best player is Jason Peters. You know what I mean? The best lineman is Jason Peters. That's wild to say.
Yeah.
The tight ends, I haven't even heard of it. Cole Kmet, he's been nullified this whole season. They have
Yeah.
a little bright spot with Khalil Herbert. You know, he's been playing good in the absence of David Montgomery. But then when you look at their defense, they lost Khalil Mack. That's a big part of their defense. You know, San Francisco was rushing all over them. Najee Harris with that combination against their defense, it doesn't add up to me. So I'm gonna have to give it to Pittsburgh. It's gonna be a real ugly game. This is gonna be another low score game, 17-10. Pittsburgh.
I agree. I agree. Go ahead, AK.
Yeah, man. Vic's right, dude. You know, you look at Chicago; they're a disaster. You know, this team just a couple years ago actually was a bright spot. You know, in the NFL, they were looking to be on their way up, and then now look at them, how far they've fallen. Uh, you know, Justin Fields needs a lot of help. You know, he's just hanging on by a thread. They're going to wind up getting this kid injured if they keep going the way they're going. But you look at the Steelers. I said it. I think they're going to be last in their division this year because I saw how bad Ben was at the end of last year, and bringing him back this year, he wasn't going to get any better. I figured he might start out okay, but he's going to fall off fast, and you're seeing that. You know, how the hell they're 4-3 is beyond me. But I will say this. I do credit their defense. They have one of the top defenses in the NFL. TJ Watt is a fucking dog. I wish we could have got him. You know, he definitely is a disruption and a mirror image of his brother, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't understand the Ingram trade either. I know they brought him there because they got rid of Bud Dupree. That kind of shocked me a little bit, but I don't think it's going to hurt them too much, you know. And then you talked about Schobert, you know, and they still have Bush in the middle. You know, they have a really good defense. It's really good. I think they are going to terrorize Chicago. JJ or TJ Watt might have 5 sacks. I don't know. Like it could be pretty bad. So I'm going to give this one to Pittsburgh solely because of their defense. But I'm going to say it's 24-17 Pittsburgh.
Go ahead, Coach.
And I agree with AK 1,000%. The reason why they're 4-3 and they're still in their division because of their defense. That's how they beat Buffalo, because of their defense and their special teams. And Mike Tomlin can't count that guy. That guy is going to have this team motivated every single week, coming out to play every single week. And if you act up on this team, he's going to find out he's going to take care of it. But that's the reason why they only had 3 head coaches. They haven't went through head coach after head coach. And I just love me some Mike Tomlin, man. Big Ben, yep, his arm is out. He's got a noodle arm all of a sudden. Najee Harris he's the player of the month. Najee Harris has been balling. That TJ Watt can wreck a game on his own. He wrecked the Seattle game, that Sunday Night Football. He just gave Geno Smith hell in that game. That's how dominant this guy is. Defense has been giving this offense a chance. And Claypool is very good. Juju Smith-Schuster, not a number 1 receiver, can't stay on the field. Ever since Antonio Brown has left, he has not been the same. So he's not a number 1 receiver. He's a number 2 receiver at best, or slot receiver at best. That's just all he is. He's not number 1. James Washington he's okay, but I believe he wants out. He already came out. He wants out. But this defense is keeping Pittsburgh in a lot of games. And right now, this Chicago offensive line just ain't good. They gave up 9 sacks against the Cleveland Browns. But soon before you know it, you keep doing that, And with long a 39-year-old Peter stand on that line, you can get this goddamn dude hurt, man. This offensive line just can't protect. Jordan Montgomery, he's not getting a lot of carries. Robinson is going to be out of that next year. He's going to be up out of that next year. He doesn't want to be there. Just saying, Chicago's just not a good football team. Their defense is more competitive. Their offense is just not good. Their offensive line is bad. And right now, I just don't. I don't know what you're gonna do about head coach Matt Nagy. His offensive play calling is also questionable. But I just got Pittsburgh, man. I think their defense is just a better defense. And if that defense can generate some stops in a pass rush, I believe they will have 5 sacks this week on Justin Fields. They will have 5 sacks at least on Justin Fields this week because that's how bad that offensive line is for Chicago. I'm going to go with a low-scoring game, though. I'm going to go with 20-13. I believe this Pittsburgh defense will be dominate this whole game. Justin Fields is going to be run from his life, and he's not going to have that much time in the pocket just to get the football out. I got to give respect to Mike Tomlin. He's going to always have this team ready to come play, man.
Right. Go ahead, Gio.
Does TJ Watt have all 5 sacks?
Probably.
I think he has at least 3 of them. 3 out of 5.
Yeah, most likely, man. TJ Watt is going to be the factor in defense as well. Najee Harris is playing pretty solid too. Like he's literally like he plays up both the receiver and the damn running back position. I mean, I got him in my fantasy league too as well. That's my other running back. Hopefully he'd do the points or whatever. But he's been solid, man. Like I said, Big Ben is no more. They should just start with Josh Dobbs, honestly, man. And as far as Justin Fields, nah, man, he's hitting that panic button too quick too as well. This offensive line is trash. TJ Watt is going to feast on them. He is I don't know, man. Fields didn't look too good last week too, like everybody's saying he was. I got Pittsburgh winning this same score, 20-13, as far as Coach Donte really said. Yeah, because like I said, it's going to be all another defense. It's going to be one of them low scoring games and another one of them trash games that nobody wants to see.
Exactly. Yes, I'm gonna go with what y'all.
I got a question.
Justin Fields gonna be running for his life this whole game. I mean, he gives you those flashes with his legs, but more often than not, he's throwing bad passes, interceptions, fumbling, strip sacks, all that. So it's gonna be a tough outing for him. And plus, Allen Robinson then checked out. That's his best receiver. So it's going to be a tough outing for him. I'm going to go with a low-scoring game, too, because Pittsburgh hasn't been blowing the dirt off or nothing like that. So I'm going to go 21. I'm going to have to go 21-10 Pittsburgh. Okay. Now, let's talk about this Eagles game a little bit before we get out of here, man. I'm going to start with Vic, and we're going to go around. We play the San Diego Chargers in Philly this week. LA Chargers in Philly this week. At 4, we got the 4:00 game. Give me your keys to victory and score prediction. You go first, Vic.
I mentioned 5 keys to victory on Gio's channel earlier on Wednesday. I'm going to give you what I think are probably the 3 most important. Our rushing attack. You know what I mean? San Diego's last in the league in rushing defense. We got to give a healthy dose of, Boston Scott, Jordan Howard, and Ken Gainwell. We got to keep that coming and keep it coming often. Jalen Hurts has to be a game manager. We can't, rely on him and trust him to win a game. Let him manage the game, not let him be the deciding factor. We can't let that happen. Secondly, our defensive line. We have to attack. We need to create pressure to Herbert because he's been having a bad couple of games. You got highs and lows throughout the season. We're catching him at a low. We need to keep him down on that low. So we need to create pressure. We need him to be indecisive. We need to make bad decisions. And lastly, it's Shane Steichen. We need to download all the information as much as possible on Herbert as we can from him and this offense and what, he implemented into them. And we got to build off of that. If we stick to those 3 things, I think we can come away with the win.
What's your score prediction?
Score prediction. I'm going to say it's going to be close. I'll switch it up. I'll say 28-24.
Eagles, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I bet. Go ahead, AK.
Yeah, man. Listen, I've said this previously. I believe it was yesterday or the day before on our show, and I'll say it again. I'm a little twisted yet. I am optimistic, especially after this week, but that was only 1 week of running the ball that much, having that many yards on the ground. I want him to come out and show me that again. If he comes out and he runs the ball like he did last week, one, that shows me improvement, that shows me he's learning, which he talks about. And if you preach it, you definitely want to show it, and that's how you show progress to your players, which makes them want to get better. So, that'll show that. And two, it will take the pressure off of Jalen. We'll let him be able to throw more downfield like you saw the result of last week. So, all in all, if he does that, I say we do win this game. But if he comes out and he goes right back to being that same shitty offensive coordinator with the stupid-ass RPO offense that we've seen the first 7 weeks, well, I don't feel so confident then. This game could be twisted the whole opposite direction. But I want to say it's going to be 27-24 us. It's going to be a very close game. I understand we want to apply pressure, but you have to realize they do have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and Mike Williams is a fucking dog. It's going to be a very hard day on Slay and Nelson. This is your test to see how good both of them truly are this weekend. Because like I said, you have true 2 number 1 wide receivers right now coming at him. I consider Mike Williams a number 1. He puts up those numbers even with Keenan Allen playing. So and then their run game, you can't lack on that either. So I had Herbert being the dark horse MVP this year, so I have to ride with it. This team it has a lot of potential. Right now, I understand they're not playing like it, but that doesn't mean this year won't be their bounce back, or this week won't be their bounce back week. So we can't sleep on these guys. They are good. They've just been struggling, but any struggle can stop. Yeah,
Well,
any
one thing I
struggle
just
can
forgot to
stop.
mention.
But we are definitely tested on. We are definitely tested on defense this week. This is our test, 100%.
What's your score,
Yeah,
AK?
I'm sorry.
27-24 Eagles.
Go
Very
ahead, Vic.
close
What you
game.
saying, Vic?
Now, I was going to say, one thing I forgot to mention that is a very important key to this victory is we got to attack that offensive right tackle that they have. What is it, Strong Norman? He's been having a horrible year. He's coming in for Brian Galaga, who got injured. And just last week alone, Judon had 10 quarterback pressures against him. I mean, like, that's our point of attack right there. I mentioned it on Gio's show again. You get a healthy mix of Sweat, Barnett, maybe even some Milton Williams in this, some Taron Jackson. The kid won't know what to do with himself, and we'd win this game. Justin Herbert would get hit often. Again, I know I'm not a defensive coordinator, but I see what I see, and I know that kid is a weakness on that offensive line. They can't do anything with him, and they have no other choice because they have no one else but him. So if you attack that right tackle, man, Herbert's gonna have a bad day.
Yeah, because Slater's been
gotta
over
run
there
the ball,
balling on
though.
the other side.
Yep.
You don't want to go at him. He been over there balling.
Yeah, I said
Hey,
that.
you're a
Yeah.
rookie.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead, Coach.
Okay. AK took one of the things I was gonna say, so I'm glad he mentioned it. So when we ran the ball way more times than we threw it. I mean, I think we only threw 7 passes. Jalen Hurts was 7 of 14, I believe, or 9, I believe, even one of those.
Yeah,
But he's
9
definitely
for 14.
he's definitely a game manager. But what actually happens if he comes right in and start doing RPOs? I mean, and what happens, just like me and Onetre Rod was talking about earlier before you got up here, if they start stopping the run, if you're down 14-0, 7-0 in a game, would he still do go back? Would he still run the ball, or would he abandon it to make Jalen Hurts beat you with his arm? He cannot do that. Jalen Hurts cannot beat you with his arm at all. Again, controlling time of possession. That means running the football against their defensive line. Keeping Justin Herbert on the sideline. This is going to be a test for the defensive side of the ball, though, because you kind of want to mix it up between bringing pressure and playing coverage. Because once, if you bring too much pressure, you got one on one. You got one on one against those receivers and big receivers and Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Mike Williams is a possession receiver. He can go up and catch any jump ball, go up and catch any jump ball. And in the red zone, they got Jared Cook, who's a pretty good route runner. He's a big tight end. And Keenan Allen is a big receiver, but he's more of the route runner out of those three. He's more of the route runner. And you got a respectable run game in Roundtree, and you got Austin Eggler, who can catch passes out of the backfield. So you kind of want to mix it up between getting to the quarterback and playing coverage ball. You want to give Herbert some different looks to kind of confuse him a little bit. But again, you got to control time of possession in this game. You got to make Jalen Hurts game manager. Everything's got if Jalen, you got to spread the ball out as well. But you only can start that if you come out running the football. You cannot spread the ball around. You cannot start the play action. You cannot start the screen game if you don't be balanced and if you don't run the football. Last week was the first time we controlled time of possession, pretty much. Every other week, we have not controlled time of possession. We have to control time of possession to keep that offense on the field. That is the key. So when I'm going to look at Sunday, what happens if we're down 14-0? What happens if we're down 7-0? Will he stick with the run, or will we just gonna go throw the ball 39 times and try to let Jalen Hurts be a hero in this game, which is he had failed miserably to do, and then we right back at the same situation over and over again, what we've been talking about and stuff like that. My limit for Jalen Hurts is to release throw the ball is 20 times a game, 20 to 15. Run the ball more than you throw, but control time of possession. This is a big test for this secondary in this defense. So that's one of my keys. And I got the Eagles winning this game 27-20.
Hey,
Right.
no lie, bro. The key to winning this game is you have to call the perfect game.
Yeah.
No lie. Like, this is your game of the year as a head coach. Like, everything you do has to be perfect. Every decision you make has to be precise. You can't fuck up. Because of how bad our team is when it comes to being in our division, and we're still developing as players and still, I guess, developing the scheme. You can't afford to make mistakes. So everything has to be on point this weekend. Because like I said, they're struggling, but this is also a team that can turn very deadly very quickly.
Facts.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jill.
Yeah. They can turn deadly. Like I said, we're talking Justin Herbert. Even though he struggled 18 with them 2 interceptions, he only had completed 18 of his 38 passes that he threw. We talked about how good the defensive line was last week, going in this week as well. That Williams should get the rotation as well. Keep feeding him. But I also want to give a shout out to the linebackers too, man. They need to play ball this week, man. We got Austin Eckler as well. That dude can make some plays out in the backfield, catching it as well. And big body Mike Williams, man. That's just another scary cat. Keenan Allen's been struggling, so he's not too much to worry about. And Jerry Cook, we've been holding all the tight ends on the 100. You know what I mean? With a few touch, just one or few, or not even one touchdown. But my biggest key, man. You already know, man. That's my dude right there, Hurts or whatever. He's got a time management. Eagles won. They have time of business after 35 minutes. Them games are won. Jalen Hurts has to just manage the game right, like he did last week. I want to see him throw more of the ball, work on his accuracy or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I have 20 throws and that's it. I want to see him throw more, but not put the game on his back. You got to rely on Jordan Howard and Boston Scott, man. Them dudes are hungry. We're running against the last team in the NFL as far as run defense as well. Just gotta keep running the rock and stop forcing these passes, man. Just because he's been better on his progression with his reading and whatever. Just stop forcing the Devontae Smith all the time, man. You still got Quez Watkins, and then as far as the
Yep.
connection with Dallas Goddard, like I said in my show, you know, he's got to improve with that as well because God is that middleman, and Jalen Hurts hasn't really been thrown in the middle. You know, that's it, man. Like I said, Jalen Hurts just got to control the ball. Don't want to see my guy being like put back in the next year, being put back in the back seat, and then them draft the quarterback. You know, there's gonna be a lot of people saying, "Yeah, we shouldn't draft the quarterback," but
Yep.
Javi, man, we got 3 picks and we got a couple more picks in the later rounds. Like I said, a lot of people saying we don't see a quarterback being picked, but I see a quarterback being picked. If Jalen continues to struggle, we're 1 game behind the wild card, man. A lot of these NFC teams are not too good coming in December or whatever. You know, there's another team that's not hot in December. I just like I said, I ain't gonna wish nothing upon them. The Dallas Cowboys look hot, but like I said, it's coming down to crunch time, and you know what time is it? These teams starting to slope down, and then some of these teams that been like struggling in the beginning, they found their foot and then they go up. So hopefully the Eagles get this win, man, and let's get back to this winning mind state, man. Honestly,
When it gets cold, Dallas feels it the most.
yes, sir.
What's your score predictions, Gio?
Won't be too high. 24-21. Honestly, man, it's gonna be a good game. I think
that.
so. At home, we need that dub, man. We need to win at home finally, man. We need to stop being a road
I'll
team.
take that.
Yeah.
The key to this game, like really, is if our defense could come out and play with that same intensity we saw last week.
Yep. That's gonna be the key to this game.
No matter what the offense does, if we can't stop the LA Chargers, it means nothing. It means nothing. If we can't get these dudes off the field on third down or they're staying in short yardage situations, it means nothing. We don't want to get back to those games where we're putting our offense got to win shootouts because we're not good at those games.
Yep.
So try to contain this Chargers offense. I know it's going to be a tough task on Darius Slay and Steven Nelson because like Vic, like all you guys said, they have basically 2 number 1 receivers. And Keenan Allen hasn't been playing that good this year, but
you
don't want to be that team that he goes off on.
Yep.
You don't want to be that team that he goes off on. Everybody's so worried about Mike Williams, but hey, you got Keenan Allen here. He's been one of the top leading receivers the last 5 years.
Underrated.
He's going to go
Underrated.
off a game this season. Now, hopefully, it's not against us. And then you got to factor in the Austin Eckler thing.
Yep.
The best part about that is we got a lot of linebackers that can cover. We don't got a lot of linebackers that can play the run, but we got a lot of linebackers that can run with Austin Eckler. So, I feel like we're going to be good in that. We just got to contain, and we got to get in. Justin Herbert's face. You seen the last game when they played the Patriots. The Patriots put so much pressure on him. He was making hella mistakes that you ain't seen Justin Herbert make since his rookie year. Well, since his rookie year. That was last year, right? Since last year, the beginning of last year. So, at this point, our defense got to come out with that intensity, set the tone. Our offense got to run the football, but I don't feel like we can be as run happy as we was last week because this game we're not going to be up. We're not going to get up that fast on the Chargers. So we're going to have to keep it balanced, but we do got to run the football. I feel like Boston Scott and Jared Howard should at least both touch the football over double-digit carries this game. And Jalen Hurts got to stay in that 15 to 20 range throwing the football. For him to be successful, and he's also going to use his legs. That's a given. But I feel like he got to stay in that pocket a little bit longer sometimes. Get to your second read. It's not just Devontae Smith not open, so I'm going to run. I'm going to cut the field off a half. Then if you're going to run. Don't sit back there. Oh, I'm going to run. I'm going to pass it. Oh, I'm going to run. I'm going to pass. No. If you're going to go. Because now you're putting yourself in bad situations. It's like now you risking that defensive end coming from the backside, strip sack, fumble, stuff like that. If you're going to run, just run. Don't F around with it. Just go. So, Jalen Hurts got to be a little bit quicker on his decision making and a little bit more accurate. But like I said, I'm still rocking with this kid, bro. I want to see him do good. He's still young. Mind you, when Russell Wilson first came in, he was not making the throws that he's making right now. He was a game manager that can use his legs to get out of trouble. He had a solid running game and a dominant defense.
Dominant
Bro,
defense. Yep.
Russell Wilson ain't really break out until all them dudes left. The Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, all them dudes left. That's when Russell Wilson had to put the team on his back. So let's still treat Jalen Hurts like he a rookie. Don't give him too much to think about. Scratch all the run pass option. Make the offense simple. I mean, he got it. Devontae Smith can't be dropping passes either. He's been dropping passes over the past few weeks. Passes that keep drives alive. 3rd down and 4, 3rd down and 5, he's dropping passes. There's a lot of factors that go into having a good offense, and your receivers can't be dropping the ball. Your quarterback got to be more accurate and make fast decisions. So I feel like if our defense could come out with that same intensity, we're going to stay in this game, and we're going to beat these dudes. So I'm gonna go Philadelphia. I'm gonna give them the same score. Philadelphia 27, Chargers 24.
Yeah, another thing I kind of want to bring up again, like when I was looking at the New England game, I was seeing they was kind of confusing Justin Herbert. 1 minute they'll bring the blitz, one possession they'll bring the blitz, next possession they'll have the guys at the line, then they'll drop back in coverage. That's why I'm saying like mix it up a little bit. Don't bring too much pressure, but do look at some film on New England how they did it. They confused them a little bit, brought pressure the next minute, and then the next minute they go into the line, then they will drop back in coverage. That's how you got to get Justin Herbert. You got to mess with his eyes a little bit more, because if you blitz a whole game, you got the receivers on an island with them cornerbacks, and there's only too many possessions that you can guard Mike Williams. All Justin Herbert got to do is just really throw the ball up, and he's going to catch any jump ball. He's going to catch any jump ball that's going to come at him. And again, man, like I say, this defense really have a test. In the secondary, definitely have a test. But we have to control time of possession this weekend and to keep Justin Herbert them off the field, because even though they are 4-3, they're still a very solid wild card team, and they can put points on the board in a hurry. So this is really a test for the Eagles to prove that they can be that wild card team if they can win this game. So they got to really test to try to stop this offense for the Chargers.
Yeah, like Coach mentioned, when New England was splitting up that attack, between the rushing and dropping back, that's because they were attacking the right side of the ball. They were attacking that right tackle. And, it was every time that they bring help for that right tackle, that's when you see him drop back, because essentially created a mismatch on the defensive favor, because they had an extra guy defending, while the offense has an extra guy they're blocking for no reason. And that's what we have to do. We got to mix and match, between the rushing, the blitzing, and, drop guys in coverage. And again, we have to attack that right side of the ball. That is their weakness point. We see a lot for the rookie Slater. He's had some downs too. Now, I don't want to go out because, again, if you already have a sure thing on that right side and that's their deficiency, attack it. And by them trying to supplement and trying to help that out, that's only going to weaken Slater. And then you can attack that in on that, on that side too. It's you got to move that defense around. You can't have guys staying in the same position.
Facts. But yeah, man, it's been a great show. Before we get out of here, I'm gonna let y'all know where y'all can find them at, man. I'm gonna start with Vick3, and we're gonna go around. Vic, let the people know where they can find you at, bro.
Hey, first, let me just say I appreciate you letting me on, man. Had a fun time. Always have a good time coming through and making these picks. Yeah, man. You know where you can find me is Vick3. See me in the chat. See me on Twitter. See me in all the shows, with my guys always coming through. Try to support. Have a great time talking with these fellas. And if you can, man, like and subscribe each and every one of them. You know what I'm saying? Especially my guy, Gio. He just came out this week, had a hot debut. Check it out. Check everybody out. I hope to see y'all, this Sunday on my show, the post panel show. We can chop it up after the game. Hopefully we can talk about a win. And you'll always catch me with my guy over here, AK, and Philly Foothills on the East Meets West podcast. Catch us on whatever night it might be. We're floating it around, but it's a good show when it's on.
Yes, sir. AK, tell them where they can find you at, AK.
Yeah, what's going on, man? I appreciate you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to come in the cave with you and talk some sports. Always a fun time. Appreciate it.
You
I'm AK
already.
Eagles. I may fuck and cuss, but you can count on me and my content like the fucking city bus. Hey, and if you like the Wagyu, subscribe to. You know what it is. But yeah, on the road to 300, man. So definitely please go and like and subscribe to my channel. Definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Vick3, like he said, we got the East meets West any day of the week. When we feel like doing it, we just drop it. And then you can find me on my channel as well. So, yeah, man, this was fun. Appreciate you having me on.
Hey, go ahead, Coach. Tell them where they can find you at.
Man, y'all can find me at Coach Donte 31 on Twitter, Coach Donte 31 on IG, Coach Donte on YouTube, and Coach Donte on the Spotlight Sports Network as well. Man, shout out to you, man, for inviting me and inviting all of us, man. And shout out to Geo, man. I got to get on your channel, man. I missed your channel last night, but I did rewind the rerun, and then like I say, man, I just enjoy y'all, man, talking to y'all in the chat and all of us coming together and talking about this team. And I hope we be on Vic Channel Sunday talking about a win, man. This is maybe the biggest win, biggest game of the season. Right here is the turning point of the season, getting this win against the Chargers and a very good team, man. But shout out to you, Onetre, man, for having me on, man. It's a definitely honor, man.
Already. Go ahead, Gio. Let them know where they can find you at.
Yeah, shout out to you, brother, for having me on your show, man. One Trade Rock, man.
You already.
Yeah, we all here, man. Like I said, I appreciate everybody on the show. Y'all can catch me on a Wednesday wrap up with Gio from the 215. You can find me on Twitter, the same handle, Gio from the 215, and especially on YouTube. Y'all can catch me on the shows as well, man. Trying to help my other fellow Eagles Nation brothers out there as well, all to get together, share this content. Even though we can't make it to all of them, I know everybody's
Yep.
like schedule is crazy. We can always work, rewatch it, get that thumbs up, and just retweet it, man. That's all you can do, man. Share it to somebody who's gonna reach across the network, get the algorithm going, man. They can see all of us in one channel, whatever. Hopefully, one day,
Mm-hmm.
one network. Like I said, man, shout out to everybody having me on their shows, man, especially you, Trey Rock, man. Appreciate it for the night. It was electric.
You already know, bro. Appreciate y'all. Like they said, man, like, comment, subscribe to everybody's stuff on here, bro. These all great Philadelphia Eagles content creators, man. We all is a movement over here. Like, we doing something different. Y'all don't see no content creators joining up like this. Like, everybody from all different walks of life, y'all don't see nobody joining up like this, man. So take advantage of this. Take advantage of this, y'all. Y'all gonna love these content. If you love Vic content, like Vic content. If you love AK and so on and so on. But I mean, just give all us a look. We do our thing over here. And I also want to give a shout out to Grant Desir. He was rocking with us all night. I appreciate you, folks.
Ready to
I
go,
mean,
Grandizer. Ready to go, my boy.
I love it when you pull up, bro. But yeah, like I said, it's your boy Onetre Rock, and this the Onetre Fighter Weekly Podcast. This the second week in a row. My co-host dipped on me, so I'm gonna have to.
I told you, bro. Hey, Rock, I
But
told
we
you.
here for you, though.
I always close it out with you. Always close it out with you.
I don't know. I might be looking for a new co-host. I don't know. We gotta work out all the details or whatever. But I mean, no, I'm just playing with you, Jerry. You know you still solid, bro. I know you got school tomorrow, probably. But yeah, I mean, this the end of this show right here. I appreciate all these guys for pulling up. It's your boy Onetre Rock. I'm out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Have a good one, fellas.